You know, like I charge 100 right now.
You charge $100 right now?
I charge $100.
Yeah, wait,
I wouldn't get to where
we're meant to grow beyond the chair.
Yeah, for real,
One of my biggest pet peeves is a barber showing up in like Crocs or slides.
I mean, like, look, if that's what you want to do, cool. That's you. But like, I feel like
everything and anything that walks in through that door.
Yeah.
Don't run away from kids. Don't run away from either straight hair or coarse hair.
Don't
run away from nothing.
There's no good barbers. You're either like a mid, really great, or you're not good.
Yo, welcome back. It's your boy Kilo. I know the space looked different today, but that's because I had to come out here to visit my mans, bro. We at Profile Hair Studio right here in Austin, Texas. Man, we got a dope one today, man. We got a young entrepreneur that's just going out there and getting it, hustling, man, with the same mentality that I have. And I just had to come and chop it up with him, ask him some questions, see how he got into the business, man. You already know what it is. It's Beyond the Chair podcast, where we talk about leadership, entrepreneurship, ownership, and most importantly, how to grow beyond the chair. So without further ado, as everybody knows him on Instagram, FadeLikeMike. His friends call him Mikey.
Yes,
what
sir.
up, Mike?
Appreciate you for having me,
my brother.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me, bro.
Of course, bro. Thank you for allowing me to come to your space, bro.
Yeah, anytime, bro. Everybody's welcome here, that's for sure.
Oh, man, that's the energy that I want, bro. For everybody watching out there, bro, who is Mike? How did FadeLikeMike start? Where did this whole journey begin? How did you even want to get into barbering, everything?
So my mom, she's a cosmetologist, and she's been cutting hair for like 40 years.
Okay.
And so growing up as a kid, like I was always around hair. And I never really got to see barbering fully just because she does cosmetology. And so it was a lot of women's hair, some men's cuts, but it wasn't, you know, what we got doing today.
It's not what we're used to today.
Nah, so I didn't really go to my first barber until I was like 16, I think. And then from there, I had that curiosity of just getting into it and just trying it. I didn't really get into it until after high school, though, just because it's one of those things where you look online how much barbers make. You used to say like $30K a year.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if I want to do that. And then eventually, like after I graduated, about maybe like a semester and a half or something like that, I did college for a little bit. I didn't really know what I was doing.
What you were going to college for?
Everybody was just telling me like get into something, do college. That's what everybody does. And I was like, nah, I don't really like this.
Yeah, you're not a school. Yeah.
And then
what were you going to college for?
I was just that's what I'm saying. I don't even know. The advisor was telling me like, hey, like you need to pick what you want to do, and I'm over here telling her like, bro, I don't know what to do, bro. Like I don't know.
I guess not your thing.
Nah. From that point forward, I was like, what do I want to do? And I ended up just telling my mom, I was like, hey, like, I want to go to barber school. Like, I can't do this school stuff. I need to do something else. And then my homie, Javier Blends. He owns Sacrifice Hair Studio. He's on East 12th.
Oh, okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so he's one of my best friends, and he kind of started the barbering stuff before I got into it, and so I was a client of his for a little bit. But I mean, we were homies since like high school. Well, we've been homies since 6th grade.
Yeah.
But like really, he got me into hair too. I got to get experience from a friend, like learning about just being a client with somebody like him,
right?
And just getting a feel for it. And so I would just pull up on him, and I tell him my situation with school and all that, and I was like, hey, like, I ain't really trying to do school no more. I'll do this right here. And he was just like, yeah, bro, you got to get in it. And he was like, don't even worry about not knowing what to do. Just get into the school and you'll be all right.
Yeah, you'll figure it out along the way.
Yeah, and that was it, bro. After that, he told me that, and next semester came and I got in, and that was it. But I would say around like August to February, I had told myself, all right, I'm gonna lock in as much as I can. I'm gonna learn as much as I can, so that when this time is up, I don't feel uncomfortable being in a shop, and I at least know how to do haircuts.
Right.
It might not be, the best at fades and shear work and beards. I just at least know how to do mid fade, high fade, taper, whatever, line up.
Your foot's in the door.
Yeah, at least, and I can at least hang with dudes that are like been doing it. So that's really what was my goal when we came back from COVID.
That's really how you learn, though.
Yeah,
like actually putting yourself out into the field.
Yeah, bro. Sometimes you just gotta put yourself out there with the wolves. You know what I mean?
Well, I try to tell that to people all the time because I'll talk to like people that are thinking about going to barber school, or thinking about cutting hair, or they know how to cut hair, they just never done it professionally. And they're like, oh, I'm just scared, or like I don't know, like what if I'm not as good? I'm like, bro, you're not. Nobody is until they actually get into a shop.
Yeah,
it's so different. Cutting a couple friends and a couple family members at home. Yeah, the pressure is different. The what's the word I'm looking for? The expectation standard. The standard is different. And a shop, like they're expecting you to be like, you better cut my hair good. Yeah. And then you also got the pressure of seeing how other people cut. And if you feel like your haircut isn't as good as theirs, you're gonna be like, nah, bro, I need to get better. I mean, that should be your mentality. Some people get discouraged and they just quit. But if you really want to grow in this industry, then your mentality should be like, nah, I need to get just as good as that person. Yeah, and to be honest, I feel like fear holds a lot of people back. Oh yeah. I mean, it's something that's all in the mental, so it's like, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Fear almost held me back. I stopped cutting hair for like 4 years. Oh really? When COVID happened. Oh yeah. They shut all the barber shops down. Yeah. I was like, okay, bro. I've been doing this since I was 13. And I'm bored of cutting hair already. This is all I know. I've only done this. So once they said that people are gonna start working again, I'm like, I'm gonna just try other stuff. Yeah, for sure. Because I don't know if I like anything else, and I'm bored of cutting hair already. Yeah. Because I feel like it was just the same thing every single day. And I get like that too, bro. Honestly, that's why I always try to do more. Is exactly for that reason. I get bored. Like, I'm not a type of person to just sit there and be on autopilot with anything. Yeah. Like even if it's good, like. Cool, if it works and it's good and it is on autopilot, that's fine. But like, I have to do something else to either. But you know why though? And I didn't realize this until way later on, until recently. Yeah. Actually, the reason why we get bored is because, again, and this is gonna sound like I'm trying to do a plug-in. No, it's dead ass. The reason why is because we're not meant to be behind the chair forever. Oh no. We're meant to grow beyond the chair. Yeah, for real, that's no, bro. That's cool. No, we really are though. We're meant to grow beyond the chair. When you start feeling that boredom, that like it's the same thing, because you are doing the same thing. Yeah. And physically cutting hair is not the end goal. There's so much more. That's just the beginning stages. Yeah. There's so much more you can be doing as a barber, just in the barber industry. But me personally, I didn't know that back then. I just knew I was cutting hair. I was already cutting hair. COVID was what, 2021? The point I'm trying to say was I was cutting hair for a while before COVID happened. Oh. I was cutting hair for a good like 126, probably like a good like 8 years, something like that. Oh damn, yeah, a minute. Math is right. Yeah, because I've been cutting hair for 15 years in total. Yeah, about around 15 years. Yeah. And I was like, I'm already bored. Like I don't know what to do. So I went ahead and I just started doing a whole bunch of jobs, like a little bit. I started off at Amazon warehouse. Yeah. I drove for FedEx. Yeah. I became a car salesman. What the fuck else did I do? I started selling window siding and roofs. I worked for a home remodeling company. Yeah. Which besides barbering, that was probably my favorite job. Really? Yeah, just because of the type of job that it was. It was commission based, but I was good at what I was doing, so I was making good money. And the owners didn't make it feel like it was fun. Like, yeah. I'm saying our office had a ping pong table and PlayStation. Cool. Yeah. No, so when we're not running a job, we're just in the office playing. Yeah. So it was cool, but that's a skill though, you know what I mean? Yeah. It's good to have a skill like that because it's like Harry, like you got the skill in that. I wish I had the skill in that. I didn't even know that. Bro, believe it or not, all good barbers do. I realized later on in life, I'm like, bro, barbers are nothing but just salespeople that make you look pretty. That's crazy, yeah. Bro, you really think about it, that's all we do. I'm selling you on a haircut. Yeah. And if you've never gotten a haircut from me, I have to convince you to get a haircut from me. Yeah, no, I have to sell you on the haircut. And then I have to do the consultation and sell you my product, which is what I'm gonna give you. Yeah. And that's what a lot of barbers don't understand nowadays. Is not just sit the client on the chair and have them tell you what they want.
Yeah.
Yeah, have them tell you what they want. But if you feel like something else would look better on them, your job is to at least vocalize that to them and be
See,
like,
the thing
okay,
is,
well,
some people, bro, they don't even know how to do that.
proper consultation.
Yeah, they don't even know. They don't. That's not something that's in their head. And then it kind of bothers me when barbers will just kind of like, the client will say, "I want a mid fade," and it's like, "Okay, I'm gonna get you a mid fade then." But it's like, that's it. Like this isn't a order your food and go cook it. This is like catered to you and your specific head shape, your hair texture, like all that.
Exactly. And I feel like even if you feel like the haircut that they're asking for is what will fit them best, it's still, you should still do a lot more than just okay. Like no, be like, okay, so we're doing a mid fade. How much are we taking off? Is it wavelength on top? Are we doing this? Or what are we doing with the face?
Exactly.
Do you want it to be a drop fade? Do you want? Because some people, there's even simple stuff like this. Some people want a mid fade, but with no C cup.
Yeah.
So ask that. Be like, do you want to keep your C cup or not? Because we can do a mid fade just with no C cup.
Yeah.
And it's all these extra things that you might want to ask, because it also makes the client feel like, damn, he's really making sure that he gives me the best haircut.
Yeah.
That he can give me the exact haircut I want. You know what I'm saying? That's how it's gonna make them feel.
Yeah, and I feel like sometimes you gotta be you have to be that thorough, because if not, you kind of lose the trust of the client like that.
Yeah.
They expect you to know what to do, and if you can't do it, then two things: you're either gonna go somewhere else, or they're always gonna question you about what you're doing because you haven't proved to them that you're a reliable barber.
And a lot of times, bro, I try to tell people this all the time. Most clients don't even know what the fuck they're asking for.
Nah.
Like, bro.
That's what I was saying too. Yeah, you gotta know your stuff.
Yeah, I heard somebody, I forgot who I heard this from, that there was this guy that came in, he had kind of like longish hair, and he said he wants a 2 on top.
2.
A 2.
Yeah. Oh.
But it's because he thought that the numbers of the guard symbolizes the inches. So he thought it was gonna leave 2 inches on top.
Yeah.
And
That's crazy.
he was like, oh, what the heck? So it's like, yeah, the client can come in sounding like they know what they want. Oh yeah, let me get a 2.
Yeah.
Until you go, and they'll be like, oh.
Yeah, they're like, God damn.
Yeah, bro. So
and they're blaming the barber.
Yeah, bro. So sometimes, like, if I see somebody come in with a lot of hair and they'll say something like a 2, like, I'll make sure, I'm like, let me make sure they know what a 2 is.
Yeah.
They could be talking about a 2. They might just want to chop it off.
For sure.
But just make sure, bro, because the last thing you want, oh, shit.
Yeah, bro. No, that's the worst. And honestly, like, yeah, that client ain't coming back after that. But I think every barber has gone through something like that, though.
Oh, yeah, you have to.
Because I know I have, for sure.
Yeah, no, you have to. I've gone through my fair share of miscommunications.
Yeah.
Especially in the beginning stages of barbering. But basically, like, what I was saying earlier was, because you mentioned that a lot of barbers are afraid to start, right? Or they let fear stop them from starting. And like I said, I almost got to that point, because when I stopped cutting hair, like I said, I did everything from home remodeling, blah, blah. Then we decided to move to Texas. I'm not from Texas. I'm from New Jersey.
Oh, wow.
My wife is from New York. Like,
damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, we're from that area. So we moved to Texas. We don't know anybody out here.
Yeah.
We don't have no friends, no family, no nothing. But in my mind, I thought I was going to get into law enforcement. That's what I wanted to do. I mean, I did temporarily.
I can see you doing that.
I did temporarily. So I first went into security. Then I went to Brinks, the money trucks.
Oh, right, yeah. That's nice.
And then from Brinks, I became a correction officer.
Oh, okay.
And then from corrections, I joined the military.
Yeah.
So now I'm in the Army Reserves as a cop in the Army Reserves.
Yeah. That's what my grandpa did.
Oh, yeah?
The same thing.
That's what's up, bro. But I'm finishing up my training, my Army training, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, bro, I'm going through all this, and I'm realizing, I'm like, bro, I don't want to do this shit. I don't want to work for nobody. Like, all the jobs I've tried, I don't want to do this. I hate working for people. I hate, if it's my son's birthday, I don't want to ask permission to take the day off.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like,
Yeah.
it's my son's birthday, not yours.
Yeah.
And if you sit here and tell him, oh, you don't got enough PTO, that sounds like a personal problem. Like,
Yeah,
like
for sure.
I'm gonna go celebrate my son's birthday.
Yeah.
And it's not just like, I'm just using that as an example, but
It's a great example, though.
yeah, bro, because it's something that is like, if it's something that's so important to me, why is somebody else in charge of that?
Yeah, for sure.
So I created a strong relationship with God when I was in basic training, because I've always believed in God. I just never really had a relationship with Him.
Yeah,
just because of how I grew up and
for sure.
past stuff. But I developed a strong relationship with Him, and I remember like praying one day. I was like, "What am I supposed to be doing? Like, I'm not happy with anything that I'm doing." Then I felt like somebody slapped me behind the head, metaphorically, and was just like, "Bro, what are you talking about? Like, I gave you a gift since you was 13,
Yeah.
and you just been ignoring it this whole time."
Dang, that's crazy.
Because then I sat there, I'm like, wait a minute, barbering, the amount of money I make is controlled by me. The hours is controlled by me. I don't gotta answer to nobody. It's a free environment, meaning I can express myself pretty much as I want. Obviously remaining professional, but I'm my own boss. I'm like, it checks off all the boxes.
Yeah.
And even though it checked off all the boxes, that fear kicked in.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, but am I too late? I haven't cut hair in so long. Nobody knows me as a barber in Texas. At this point, I'm already back from basic training, right?
Yeah.
At this point, I got 2 kids, a 3rd one on the way. And I'm like, now I got real responsibilities. Like when I started cutting hair, I was 13 years old living at home with mommy. Like I didn't have to worry about bills or anything like that. So I can take my time building clientele.
Yeah.
And all that. And
that was like, those 4 years, right? You stopped for 4 years? Was that?
Yeah, it was around like 4 years. So I'm like, I know I'm rusty. So if I get back into it, I'm not gonna be as sharp as I was, and it's gonna take me some time to gain the clientele. And I'm like, I can't really afford that right now because I got a family, I got roof to maintain, I got car notes, everything. Yeah. So I'm like, how am I gonna do this? And then I almost let the fear stop me from getting back into cutting hair. Yeah. And then luckily, my amazing, beautiful wife, she convinced me otherwise. She was like, nah, don't worry about it. Like, we'll just live off of my income until you.
Damn, that's fire.
Yeah, bro. So.
Gotta have a real one like that.
Yeah, definitely, man.
Shout out to her.
Yeah, shout out to her. I shout her out almost every episode. Because if not, like, if it wasn't for her, I probably wouldn't be even doing this. So.
You came through though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Still doing it too.
Which is why I'm so grateful because, man, I almost let that fear get me, but look where it got me now. Now I manage my own shop. And this was only a year ago.
Yeah, wow, really?
Yeah, now I'm about to manage 2 shops. I got Beyond the Chair going. Yeah. I just recently dropped Fade Syndicate Apparel.
That's fine.
And all that, bro. So it's like, I know I said this in a very long ass explanation, but
no, you're good. It's a conversation.
It's basically just what you were saying, bro. You can't let that fear get to you. Yeah. That fear can stop you from doing exactly what you should be doing.
It's always you versus you, bro. That's how it always is.
Exactly, bro. So you said you went to barber school. You finished 30 days passed. They said you can go back to the classes. Yeah. Now let's say you finished barber school, bro. What happened after that?
Let's see. After barber school,
you haven't worked at a shop before until this point, right?
Nah. When I was in school, that was the first time I like picked up clippers and all that. I learned pretty much everything in school.
Did you go into a shop right away?
Yeah, I used to work at Austin's Most Wanted barbershop. Okay. Yeah, so I was there for I think 9 or 10 months. And shout out Mike. He just helped me out a lot, you know what I mean? Yeah. Gave me a chance. Saw something.
Shout out Mike.
Yeah, Mike at AMW. That's my boy for sure. Yeah. But he just gave me a chance. Javi was actually working there. Okay. So Javi, I don't know how long he had been working there, but it was maybe 6 months. But yeah, he started there, and I wanted to go there too because I'm from South Austin, and it's a South Austin shop. So I was like, well, might as well come in here, you know? Yeah. And see if I can get in. And he let me go in. And like I said, 9 or 10 months, and I grew a lot there. I think in 9 to 10 months, I started at $25 and I jumped to $35 just for hair.
How long ago was this?
This was from maybe 2021 to maybe 2021 to I don't even think it was 2022 yet. Yeah, so I graduated barber school February 2021, and then all the way from that point to November 2021, that's when I was at AMW. And then, like I said, I made a lot of progress there. I didn't really have any problems getting clients. It was always busy for me. I've always been busy.
Bet.
I think part of it is just because from South Austin, that shop, like I already had established clientele, but everybody always feeded off of each other. Like, you know, let's just say you were there, right? Like you had a client and he had a little brother. Boom, now the brother's coming to me.
Yeah.
Because he's getting cut by, you know, you.
So we do that a lot in my shop too.
Of course, and it happens everywhere. And then that's when I realized like word of mouth is one of the most, I mean, it's one of the most reliable marketing tools, no matter what.
If not the best one, because it's...
Yeah, and I think like if, you know, if you do your best all the time and, you know, you show up every day, the word of mouth is going to do its thing naturally. It becomes a problem when you don't show up like that, because then the word of mouth is like, oh, don't go to him because he's not good, or he pushes people back, or he cuts people, whatever it is.
And the bad is always going to outweigh the good. Somebody can say, yeah, he get fire haircuts, but bro, he's half the time he ain't even looking.
Exactly. And, I feel like too, people just, you know, they get too caught up with the money and all the stuff that like comes with barbering that like you don't realize, like, bruh, it's about your client. It has nothing to do with you. If you lock in on what you're supposed to be doing, then it's going to show with the client, and it's going to speak for itself, and that's it. And definitely. I feel like when I started there, I just grew so much that after that, I ended up moving down to the East Austin area, and ever since then, I've just been down in this area.
Okay,
so it's been good.
Hell yeah, bro. So when you got to Austin Most Wanted, how did you feel like your skill? Where did you feel like your skill level was? Like compared to everybody else, like did you feel like, damn, bro, like I don't think I can do this because of how
I knew. So I remember what I told you earlier. Like I knew I was comfortable, like at least being in a shop. I was living at home. Like, I didn't have that many bills,
right?
So I was thankful for that. But like when I got in there, I remember I was comfortable enough to cut my clients that I did have. But I remember I didn't have school anymore, and my schedule was full-time schedule, and I'm like, damn, I'm not really booked at all. Like, I was booked in school, but I'm not really booked like that.
Not anymore.
So I remember I would go to the shop, and it would be like for like maybe 2 or 3 cuts, just one, maybe like 2 to 3 times a week. It wasn't even that much, and slowly but surely, it just kept kind of building and building and building. Instead of 2 or 3 clients, it was now 4. Then it became 5. And then I had like 5 Thursday, Friday. And then Saturday came, same thing, Friday, 5 Friday, maybe 6 on the Saturday, whatever. I just wanted to be there and get clients in. So I would just go. If I had the time, like I'm going to just go and pull up and cut them. And eventually I had so many clients that I had to have a real schedule and all that. But I used to really work, bro. Like, I remember I'd get in there like 7 or 8 a.m. and I would be done at like literally, bro, like midnight. Like I have like clips.
Bro, I remember those days.
I have like clips and my books that I use right now. Like if I go back, it's in there like 15 clients, like 14 clients. Days. That's when I realized, okay, like I haven't even been doing this a year professionally. I've got hella clients. I'm making good money for somebody who's 19. Like I'm like, this is legit.
At that moment, you're like, yeah, this is exactly what I need to be doing.
Yeah, and I remember the first day I started at the shop too. That first week, I mean, it was just bullshit week. It was slow. I didn't have really that many people. But I remember I did have 4 clients, I think, in that day. And I was charging 25, right? So it felt good that in like, let's just say for an hour a cut, I got $100. In 19, I was like, wow, that feels good. You know what I mean? Like that felt great. Because I was working at a shoe store before then. It was only like 10 an hour, bro. So I'm like, for 4 hours, you get $40 working a shoe store. But right here, I'm cutting hair. I get to pull up when I want to. Obviously, the client's booked. But I got $100 in 4 hours. To me, that was a win. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
So that was the foundation of like, I guess I just started to understand business and barbering more though, just because of that.
So what do you feel like at that moment from when you started and you was only cutting 2 to 3 people, what do you feel like got you to gain the clientele besides word of mouth? Like for people out there watching that are like, man, I just started off. Like, I don't got that much clients. Like, what should I be doing?
I feel like it was just a different time, bro. Like, I remember back then, I mean, it's right off of COVID, so either you were a barber.
Excited to be outside.
Well, yeah, people were excited to be outside, but so many people just needed haircuts. They either lost their barber stopped cutting hair, maybe barbers moved, or whatever the heck it is. It's just like people were still kind of scrambling.
It's like
a little
the whole
bit.
barber ecosystem restarted.
Bro, literally, oh my God, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
And so I got in at the perfect time. And so there wasn't a lot of young barbers like me at all. I mean, if I'm being completely honest, like, I remember the barbers like by hand that were maybe our age doing things we were doing. And it was weird because like we had ring lights. To me, that was normal. When I go into like, you know, my first shop, it was just like, what the heck are these little kids coming in here with these ring lights? It's all bright as hell in the client's face. Clients aren't used to it. Clients have been going to these barbers for years and it's like uncomfortable for them or whatever. Yeah. And, you know, people just, you know, have their comments or remarks, whatever. It doesn't really matter. The point is I'm making money. I'm here. I got clients. I'm building something. And all I'm doing is showing up and putting a little bit more effort than probably more people simply because I am younger and I wanted it more. Because it's for some point, like how you were saying, you had like responsibilities. Yeah. So some of the older guys already have responsibilities. So sometimes for some people like that, it is hard to make adjustments in their business because they're just trying to provide. They're just trying to go to work, collect the money, you know, cut their clients and go do what they got to do. Right. And so for being 19, I didn't have nothing to lose. So ring lights, people coming off COVID, needing barbers and haircuts, trusting me because I'm cheaper, younger. So all the young kids, like even the ones that were my age or a little older, maybe they're like 23 at that time, whatever, they were coming to me because they trusted me. So I would say it was like that. And I just put a lot of reps in because I realized like, all right, if I want to get good, it's reps. Like I have to, if I want to get good with hair cutting and specifically like fading, it was reps. Yeah. So that's why I ended up just doing so many hours in a day sometimes because I'm like, well, shit, like they're willing to come at 11 p.m. So fuck it, like come on, bro. Like,
and your consistency was probably like
I was consistent.
You have to stay consistent.
I've still been consistent to this day. I mean, you know, we're not perfect, but
yeah,
like,
we're not. Yeah.
I've definitely been consistent to this day, and like
as you should be. Once the ball like gets rolling, yeah, you don't want to do too many things that'll slow the ball down. Mm-hmm. And every time you either don't show up when you're supposed to, or you're late, or you're being lazy, or you don't want to cut a certain client because you know what I'm saying. Those things like they stop the momentum. Mm-hmm. For sure. So you would say like your consistency was like.
I would say the consistency, but also I've always been open-minded to grow for growth.
As you should be.
So I feel like
no barber stops learning. Never,
but also a lot of people get into it for the wrong reasons and they don't even have a growth mentality. They just focus on, I'm gonna just say the money or what comes with it.
They'll see a barber charging $150 and they'll be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do that.
I want to do that too, but it's like, bro, there's so many things
that goes into it.
To do that, you can't.
That barber's charging $150, but he's been doing this shit for X amount of years, and he started off in his basement doing free haircuts.
And even if it's not like years, it's just more like they just always grew every single day and time. It wasn't.
Nobody starts at that point.
Nah, nobody starts like that. You gotta really be gifted if you start like that. It's crazy. But
nobody starts at that point. You gotta already be a killer barber with the clippers, shears, and all that, and you gotta know a shit ton of people. Yeah. And you might know a lot of people, but you're not gonna be as good as you think coming out of barber school. Like
not at all.
Unless you've been doing this for a while.
And I just felt like if I was coming out of school, the best version I could be, because I actually wanted to be good coming out of school. Well, then like to me it was a win because I was fulfilled that like I put in the time I needed to and I learned. So I was comfortable starting at a shop right away. But the thing is like people don't really think like that when they're in school. A lot of times I remember all the time when I was busy, some people wanted to watch me cut or talk to me, whatever. And it's just like, I could tell they weren't paying attention or they're getting distracted, or it's like, bro, like I'm literally showing you how to do something because you're asking me and I'm here. But like when you're not even given the same attention,
Right.
it's like, well, why? First of all, why am I teaching you or helping you? Number one. Number two, that is your choice. So that when you're out of school, you're gonna feel like you're not ready because you weren't doing what you were supposed to be doing.
Yeah,
you
and
know?
that's nobody's fault but theirs.
Exactly. And I think a lot of people now, it's even worse because barber school is less hours. So they're also pushing out
now. How
barbers.
much was it back then?
It was 1,500 hours, so it was like a year.
Damn.
And now it's 1,000 hours, and it's
like 8 months,
8 to 9 months, I think. Yeah. So once again, that's 3 months of practice that you don't get no more. It's just it costs the same amount of money, and if you aren't taking it serious because you have your intentions on other things that happen to do with barbering, you're really not going to be ready at all to start cutting.
Yeah.
And in my opinion, there's so many schools now. Everybody wants to do it. You really gotta lock in to stand out a little bit more because it is harder. Like there's too many beginners now. And, and you have to keep elevating. If not, you're gonna stay the same. You know, it's just like what
I think they're saying right now the barber industry is like one of the top growing trades.
Yeah,
because of so many people want to do it.
So many people want to do it, and I don't feel like AI is gonna take over it. I think there will be things and tools that they'll be made to help us, but it won't be like, I don't want a robot cut my hair.
Ain't no robot cutting nobody's hair.
Nah, and even if they are, I mean, you must, in my opinion, the only type of places that might implement some type of robot cutting the hair is going to be like sports clips because they have the resources for it, because they are a time kind of thing.
This is dumb because at the end of the day, they're probably going to charge more than we do because they're going to have to maintain these robots. And
maintenance on them.
This shit is not cheap. It's not going to be cheap. So this is an industry that's nobody's taking over anytime soon.
No, I don't think so. But I feel like what is happening is, what's being clear is the separation of, like, my opinion, bad barbers, mid barbers, and really great barbers. Yeah. There's no good barbers. You're either like a mid, really great, or you're not good.
Now let me ask you this though, since you mentioned that, what is your definition of those three barbers? Let's start off. I know the bad barber is kind of easy. Let's start off with a bad barber. What's a bad barber to you?
In my opinion, a bad barber is just somebody that they're not thorough. They don't understand that, like, they're running a business. They're just showing up to cut hair, literally.
Like it's a side
hobby mentality. Everybody always has personal problems that bleed into the business. So if you don't even realize you have a business, you're just bringing all your personal problems into the chair. All your clients are feeling it. On top of that, if you're not having a great day, I'm sure the cuts are going to come out like trash. Probably not clean, probably not professional. You probably don't know how to do great consultation.
Right.
It's like all those things make a bad barber, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there's
showing
more.
Up in pajamas.
Showing up pajamas, not even posting online, like all that type of stuff, bro. It's just
my barbers know, bro. One of my biggest pet peeves is a barber showing up in like Crocs or slides.
I mean, like, look, if that's what you want to do, cool. That's you. But like, I feel like
but it's a pet peeve of mine. I'm just Yo, what up, my people from Beyond the Chair? It's your boy Kilo, and today's episode of Beyond the Chair is proudly sponsored by Lava Java and the Horseshoe Cafe, two locally owned entertainment spots right here in the Pflugerville, Texas area. If you're looking for a place to kick back, relax, enjoy a drink, and have some fun, go check them out. They're open 24 hours and have a welcoming atmosphere for their guests. We want to give a huge thanks to Lava Java and the Lucky Horseshoe Cafe for supporting local creators and helping make Beyond the Chair possible. Stop by, enjoy yourself, show them some love, and tell them Beyond the Chair sent you. Bro, I had a barber one time that showed up in fucking flip-flops. Like in between the toe shit.
That's
with
crazy.
His dogs out. Like, he didn't even have socks. I'm like, bro, what are you doing?
Yeah, no, I can't do that, bro.
Like, what are you, all right.
You can get so many hair splinters. I get hair splinters in my shoes.
It's not even just about that. Like, yeah, exactly. Like, but it's not even just about that. I'm like, bro, the client don't want to feel like, you look like the client is inconveniencing you.
Yeah, that's my
like you look like if I was your client and you show up in shorts and sandals and shit, I'm gonna feel like I'm interrupting your day.
Yeah.
Like, damn, where were you going? The beach, the pool? Like, my bad, you want me to come back another day?
Yeah.
And you never want the client to feel like that.
No, that's a good way to put it. I never thought about it like that.
Yeah, it's
that's very true.
And the clients aren't gonna say shit.
Nah, and even if they do, like, they see it.
They're either gonna leave a bad review or you're just never gonna see them again. And
most of the time, you won't see them again.
Yeah, and you're gonna wonder why. You're gonna be like, damn, I haven't seen this person, so why?
And see that wondering why is like.
This is why. Obviously, don't. I'm not saying that whenever a client stops coming to you out of nowhere, it's because you did something wrong. Sometimes it's just the client maybe moved or something like that.
Yeah.
But you always gotta reflect and be like, was I doing something? Maybe it was the sandals. It was the sandals.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like,
bro,
you can't show up like that, bro.
Yeah, I'm like, bro, you fucking wearing you came to cut in the same clothes you slept in. Like,
no,
that.
for sure.
But all right, so and then you said next is a mid barber. What is a mid barber to you?
I would just say somebody that's just plateaued.
In between both.
They just plateaued. Like, maybe you are posting content, you know, maybe you do have good clientele, but you're not really scaling your prices, you're not scaling your social medias, you're not building nothing, you're just showing up to work. Barbering just became a job.
Basically.
A new 9 to 5 for you, that's all it really became.
Basically just enough to pay your bills and
have a good life.
Yeah,
and that's it.
Pay
but
your
like,
bills and just be able to go out once in a while.
I mean, and even if you, because I feel like a mid barber too is also somebody that's just, you know, yeah, you might have good cuts, good clientele, whatever, but like that is it for the next 20 years or whatever.
Yeah, you're not growing past
not growing. That's a mid bar. That's not. There's nothing that is going to solidify you beyond the chair. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So that's what I'm saying. Like,
there you go. Bow.
And I've noticed that about like people in this industry.
Right. Their prices that stayed the same for the past 20 years.
Well, people just don't think of it that far.
Right.
You know, they did the school thing. They built where their business is where it's at. But they're doing it and they're living in it. But then what? It's like, is that it?
Exactly. It's what I said earlier, that they think that physically cutting hair is the end goal.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like it's not, bro. It's so much more.
Yeah, and you know, like growing up, like I've seen my mom cut hair, and even where she's at today. You know, I don't want to put like her business out there, but like, you know, she's done things that has put her in positions in life, right? And like, I've learned from some of those mistakes that she's made,
right? And
some of the things that she's done that's been great too. So it's like I'm just like picking and choosing what I see to where like, oh, like, you know, she didn't do this, so maybe I should do this instead. Or maybe like, you know.
And that's how it should be. Like, you should learn from your parents' mistakes, and your parent would want you to learn.
Well, that and
mistakes.
She was a professional stylist, you know, so it's like I saw the hair cutting stuff, and I seen how like firsthand, I guess. Now that I'm older and I think and I look back and I'm like, oh, okay, well now that I'm in this position, I can't do those same things. Especially because I feel like today is even harder now today.
Yeah, like the time is definitely harder. Different for barbers. Like since I've been doing this for 15 years, I kind of like, I saw the old school barber world.
You lived in that a little
bit. And I've lived in this one as well.
That's crazy, yeah, that's true.
Like I've worked in both. I've worked in the old and the new. And it's like,
it's kind of night and day.
It is, bro. It's like two different worlds.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because the 4 years I took off was kind of like the separation of both.
Yeah.
Like COVID, like pre-COVID was old barber world. Mm-hmm. Post-COVID was a whole different world of barbering.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck happened? Like, like there was this like evolution out of nowhere within 3-4 years that it was insane, bro. When I stopped cutting hair, people were still cutting with wired clippers in a normal looking barbershop. People were still wearing regular matching aprons with the matching cape. And everybody, like, it was a standard barbershop stuff, right?
Yeah.
Then post-COVID happened, and now prices done like increased by like 200%, at minimum 200%. You got ring lights, you got damn, everybody's a celebrity barber now out of nowhere.
Yeah.
You got content creators. Barbers now are fucking actors, comedians, motivational speakers, teachers. I'm like, what the hell just happened?
Well, see, the thing
But it's dope though. Don't get me wrong. My bad. I don't mean to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
But don't get me wrong. I love where the barber industry got to. There's a lot of stuff I don't like, but I love where it is right now because it opens up so much more room for growth.
Yeah.
That can honestly change the trajectory of your entire bloodline.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? If you do it right.
Yeah, and I feel like to kind of go back on that point is like, yeah, you have to just look at different industries too. It can't just be just barbering. And so when you take it back in barbering though, specifically for example, the barber pole has nothing to do with like what we do now.
Oh no, at all.
So the way that was back then and how it transitioned, and then even from the recent transition to where it is now, it's like no matter what, every industry is always growing. It's just a matter of time of like when it grows and how it grows, how fast it grows. Like you said, the actor thing, like all that stuff is now part of it. Why? Because it's always been part of it, because it's been slowly evolving. But a COVID put it in a position to like really lock that in.
Yeah.
And it only got like that though, because what happened is it became a necessity for people. People didn't realize that. And from there, I feel like that's when stuff started to get a little tricky, because once again, you can have your own schedule. You can make your own prices, do your own thing, whatever you want to do, right? It's just that is the problem. Like people don't realize, like you run a business.
They abuse that.
It's supposed to have systems. If you abuse your own opportunity as a barber cutting, well, you're gonna lose clients because you didn't realize, like, oh shit, like I really don't know how to do X, Y, and Z. So clients should live with me because I went up, jacked up in price, or I just got out of school. Now I want to charge 50 right away. But it's like, it's not the point. The point is like, you didn't do enough to even earn that price. Once you start from the bottom and you work your way up, that's really what like shows you, because it's not necessarily just about a price. It's like people are paying their money for it. There has to be value to it. If there's no value to it, then the market, which is the client, is going to tell you, then you're not worth it.
Yeah, not worth it, yeah.
You jump too far ahead, not realizing that you run a business and that you do have to start slow and work your way up. And that's why I feel like it worked out for me, because I never was in a rush. I just started ours like, in school, it was like $7. I think at home, I was cutting, but like, I was doing it for free when I was in school. As soon as I think for a little bit, I didn't go straight into the shop. Just like a little bit. I was cutting at my house, and when I graduated school, I was waiting to get into my shop. It was to the shop that I was working at, right? AMW. And for like maybe 2 weeks, I charged $20 at the house. Because I was like, I'm not in school. Y'all have to come see me at my house now for a minute until I get into the shop. Once I get into the shop, I'm like, all right, bet, $25, here's what it is. And I didn't rush price increases, none of that. I just wanted to get in.
Yeah.
And once again, when clients started to come in, I realized, okay, well, the demand is here now. Now I can jump.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now I'm booked up a week or 2 weeks out with hella clients. More clients than I take right now. Yeah. For sure. And I didn't even know how the heck it happened. It just happened.
It just happened.
So the market is saying, hey, you're in demand, go up. But it's not that simple. But that's the analogy that we have naturally as barbers, which is why we justify a price increase when we do. But now it's a little bit more complicated because there's just so much competition now that you can't just charge more just because.
Right, there needs to be a system behind it.
You have to have new clients come in, you got to track that. You have to make sure that, you know, you're maximizing all, like everything, your posts, your ads, your haircutting skills, your knowledge about the business, like where are you currently in your business, like where do you want to get to, like those are things that like I feel like barbers don't really think about, because we just show up and do the work usually.
Yeah, bro, and it's crazy that you're saying all of that. You're saying so much that that it's like that we can get into, because it's everything you said is still all surface level. because that's the problem with the industry nowadays, that the industry is getting so saturated with barbers, but so a small percentage of them actually knows about everything that you just mentioned. Well, they just show up. And I wanted to say something earlier. Because this is what, take it back when you're talking about you make your own schedule, but you got to realize it's a business. The problem is people don't really understand what you make your own schedule means. They think you manage your own schedule, meaning I can leave whenever I want, I can show up whenever I want, that's not what manage your own, that's not what you can create. It's literally, you can create your own schedule, but whatever schedule you do create,
stick by it.
You have to stick to it.
Yeah. You
can't say I'm gonna work from X day to X day from this time to this time.
And next week you ain't
only show up half of that time.
Yeah.
It's like, that's not how this works. Like, you're working off of two schedules.
You're also selling yourself short.
The ones your clients see and the ones that you set.
Yeah.
Because they think that, oh, well, if I don't have an appointment, I don't have to be at the shop. Yeah. But what about those clients that walk in looking for you?
Yeah, that's true.
That happens all the time. Oh, I'm looking for such and such. Do you have an appointment? No, I was just in the area. I wanted to see if he had some time. Oh, well, he's not here. Damn, for real? Do you have time? Boom, that's it. You lost that client.
Lost a client. I also feel that's a reflection of the business, wherever that person works too. Because it's like, the barbershop might not have a system that is guiding those type of clients in the right direction. Because I would say, like, being an owner, like, especially now that we have 2 locations, like now what we're trying to do is like make sure the clients are guided in the right areas so that we're not missing a beat. We're not missing out on clients. We're not missing out on whether they're walking in or appointments. It doesn't matter. Just a client. We're not missing out on a head.
Right.
Like, it all comes in due time, but that's the thing. Like, when you're a barber at a barber shop, a lot of barbershop owners don't really know how to even help their barbers. They're either not a barber and they don't understand how it is to be behind the chair at all, or they are a barber and they're not doing enough for their barbers. They're cutting right next to their barbers.
They just know how to be a barber. They don't know how to.
They don't know how to run a business. Over people.
Exactly.
They don't know how to oversee.
And that's okay as long as you are aware of that and you're working on improving on that, right?
Yeah.
Because I remember when I first became a manager, I was excited, and at the same time I was like, I don't know how to do this shit. I'm a very good barber. I know how to be a barber.
Yeah.
I don't know how to manage the shop though. Mm-hmm. I know what barbers like. I know what clients like. I know what makes them comfortable, what makes them uncomfortable. But at the same time, I'm like, I still don't know how to do this. Like, how do I talk to the barbers now as a manager? How do I hold them accountable for certain things? Do I even hold them accountable for some things? Like, there was so many stuff that I was like in my head. I remember talking to my wife. I'm like, I don't feel like I'm doing enough. And my wife was like, you've been a manager for like 2 days, baby. She was like, relax. Like you'll figure it out. I mean, to this day, I'm still figuring stuff out. I'm getting better as time goes. But
how long has it been already?
A little over a year.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I'm
never really gonna learn it all.
But
especially if you're getting another one to manage.
Yeah, I'm about to manage 2 shops now. Which, I mean, I must be doing something, right?
Yeah, you are. For sure. It's trust,
Yeah.
And consistency too.
Yeah. And I get along with all my barbers. Like, that's one of my biggest things in my shop is the culture in the shop. It's like, look, we can disagree. You can have something you cannot. There can be something that you don't like and all that. I'm never gonna take anything personal. But we are gonna all respect each other here. We're gonna get along.
For sure.
There's 20 chairs in my shop. And in a shop like that, it's very easy for cliques to form. And then people to be like, oh, I don't really talk to them over there. I don't really mess with them, blah, blah. And in my shop, I'm like, yeah, we're not doing that.
Yeah.
It's like we all get along, or like, this ain't the shop for you. Because I don't want it to feel that way. I want everybody, you know what I'm saying? I could be all the way in the front. I'm talking to the barber all the way in the back. And everybody in between us is involved in the conversation.
For sure.
And if you're not, and if I see that a group of us is having a conversation here, and you're all the way back there, I will find a way to involve you.
Yeah.
Like, if we just talking about some random stuff, I'll be like, hey, what you think about they say do.
Yeah.
And now you're involved but I didn't know how to do nothing, none of that.
Yeah.
I didn't know how to hold the people accountable when they weren't doing something right.
I think the military also does help a lot with people's discipline and like discernment with shit like that. Like
but it also
yeah, I know what you're about to say.
no,
Yeah.
I was about to say it kind of hurt me, but at the same time, I feel like
You just
if it hurt me or didn't depends on how you view it. Because I did lose some barbers because of how militant I was, and I remember asking, because I remember in the beginning I was like, man, like I'm losing certain barbers, and I remember asking other barbers, I'm like, bro, am I being too harsh? They're like, to be honest, bro, like you're not, like you're doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing. You can come off very militant sometimes, but that's just who you are. And I was just like, yeah, because sometimes like when it's something serious, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I'm like, this been time. It was when I was assistant manager.
Yeah.
I remember there were times where like when something serious would come up, like I remember we had an issue with cleanliness in the shop. And I was like, bro, like we need to stop. Like people need to start cleaning and this and third. I remember putting on the group chat. I'm like, you know, we're gonna start doing station inspections every Thursday, this and the third. I was like, if you fail to clean 3 times, we will reconsider your position in this barbershop, blah, blah. But the way that I'm saying is some people were taking it like, I literally had a dude one time that left and he told me, because he came back a week later just to like talk. He was like, bro, I'm gonna be honest, bro, I left because he don't know what you mean. He was like, I don't know, bro, like, it just got too strict. And I was just like, am I too strict because I wanted you to clean? He was like, yeah, bro. Like I'm like, hey, man, I'm not taking it personal. But I mean, if you want to be, and I remember asking him too. I'm like, let me ask you a question, bro. How much money do you want to make?
You asking me? Oh yeah.
No. I asked him. I was like, how much money do you want to make? Like, what you mean? Like, for example, let's say in a day. How much money do you want to make a day? You know, I want to make like $1,000 a day. I'm like, you think you're gonna do that with a messy ass station? He also was complaining about drinking, like, cause when I first got to that shop, there were nights where we would drink and this and the third, and then quickly I started realizing, I'm like, what the fuck we doing? Like, it was when we first got our bad review because of drinking. And I'm like, yeah, no, we stopping this shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, no, like it woke me up real quick. I'm like, I got too comfortable. And it's what you said. I wasn't realizing that I was running a business. I wasn't even an assistant manager yet. I was just like a bad review, even if it had nothing to do with my client, a bad review still affected me.
Yeah, for sure.
So I was like, yeah, no, I spoke to the manager. I'm like, we gotta stop this shit. Like, so we stopped the drinking and all that. So I told him, I'm like, you think that with a messy station, messy shop, you being drunk, you gonna make $1,000 a day?
Yeah.
That ain't gonna happen. I was like, when have you ever? And then I asked him, like, have you ever made $1,000 a day? He was like, I've gotten close to it maybe once. I'm like, maybe once.
Yeah.
Bro, you just said you want to do it every day. Like, that's not. So yeah. So then that's why I'm like, okay, it's not that it hurt me, because it made me weed out the bad seeds, the bad apples. You know what I'm saying?
Business is hard, and that's part of it right there. They filter out on their own. And that was, I mean, unfortunately, like one of them, you know what I mean? But also, too, it's people's choices and values. If you value drinking like that, and you can't put it down while you're working, then you literally have a problem. If you take it personal that like somebody's trying to help everybody, including yourself, for your money and everything like that, your business, all that, your livelihood, so that you can show up better every day, it's like, well, then you're just sabotaging yourself. And like you said, they filter out on their own. Yeah, bro, and it's insane, bro. And the barbers are so unaware of all this stuff. See, the thing is, like, that's why barbering is like so competitive right now, because people just want to do it. Yeah. They don't really understand that like there's more to it than just doing it. You know what I mean? There's so many people that can do it, but that's the difference of why you're either bad,
I was just about to say, I'm like, and I guess that's what, to tie it back what you were saying, that's what separates the great barbers from the mid and bad barbers.
All a great barber is doing things that other people either aren't aware of that they're doing, or they're not doing at all, like, because by choice. That's it.
Bro, and I'm a person that I always like to give like free game. I'm not the type of person that that likes to gatekeep. I don't like to gatekeep. I like to talk. Yeah. Sometimes I give out too much information. Yeah. But it's just because I don't like to gatekeep. And I remember I made and I'm pretty sure I'm not the first barber to do something like this, but I made my own version of it. I don't know if you saw it on my Instagram. It's called a Barber 6. It's what, from my experience, what I feel like are the 6 foundational rules a barber should master in order to set themselves up for success. It's not gonna make you succeed, but it's gonna set the foundation to succeed.
What are they?
Like, so the first one is personal image. And that's everything from how you look to how you smell to how you speak to how you present yourself, right? How you're dressing. Are you wearing socks and sandals? Are you wearing Crocs? Or are you wearing, like, you don't have to dress in a 3-piece suit. But at least look clean, look presentable. Make sure your clothes don't stink. Make sure you don't smell like weed. Make sure you brush your teeth. Make sure you're drinking water. Make sure you're not spitting on people. Make
just
sure
have lunch, eat gum.
Exactly. Exactly. Make sure your station is clean, because that's part of your personal image. Make sure that you're not, when you meet a new client, make sure you're not talking to them like you're talking to your homies back home, because you don't know this person. Once you get to know your client, you get to read who they are and all that, and you get to know how comfortable you get with them. And sometimes you can have a client that come in and you talk like your childhood friends, and you guys make fun of each other and this and that. I do it all the time. I have clients where, like, they'll walk in and we're just like going back and forth at each other, like bickering, but it's joking. But that's because that's the relationship we've built. But then there's other clients where you got to be more professional with and all that. So your personal image is huge. Number 2 is customer experience.
For sure.
Which is, to me, the second, like, personal image and customer experience, they go hand in hand with how important they are. And customer experience is everywhere from how the customer feels when they're getting a haircut from you, how they feel in the environment.
Environment is huge.
Exactly. The music, the conversations that you have with them, that's another thing that I say nowadays. I say, like, we live in an age of barbering where just giving a good haircut is not enough.
No.
It's not, because everybody now can give a fucking good haircut.
That's the part of the evolution.
Exactly.
It's like, that's what I was saying. Anybody can really cut hair now.
So it's
like you ain't gonna be great at it, but if you want to stand out and do more with it.
What else can you do?
Exactly.
You have to. This is why I also say, like, barbers are just salesmen.
And it goes back to what you said about acting and what's it called, therapy, like whatever, like all that stuff that you said, like it literally all ties all back.
Exactly, bro. Sorry to interrupt, but I have to say, if you're enjoying this episode so far, please don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, and that notification bell button. It helps a ton. Let's try to get these subscribers up. Let's try to get these likes up. Leave a comment. Let me know what your favorite part of the episode was. And we'll see you soon. Thank you. Because it's like, what else can you offer? It's like, do you even remember your client's name? Like, do you remember what they told you last time they were here? You remember if they told you they're about to go to a job interview, they're about to go on vacation, they're about to go to a wedding, they're about to... you remember what you spoke about. Because now if you come back to my chair and I sit you down, hey bro, how's it going? Oh, everything's good, man. Hey, last time you told me you was gonna have that job interview, bro. How did that go? They're like, damn, bro, that was like 2 weeks ago, and he remembers that. Like it makes them feel more like this is a relationship. It's not just a transactional.
And that's the key. And that's kind of what I was saying. Like that's kind of another thing that separates a mid to a great barber too. You gotta have a relationship with people, and once you have a relationship with people, then no matter if they're spending money with you, doing business with you, like as not a client, and like right now this is kind of like business right here. So like I'm kind of building a relationship right here, right? So it's like no matter what, you're a person,
right?
So at the end of the day, like that's what that is with clients and how you can. It's like you kind of have to have a foundation with them first in that way. Once you have that foundation, then you can like start doing other things with your business, because now it's like, oh, like the market is speaking that you're valuable now, because if you can have a relationship with one person, that's all it takes. You just have to find those types of people.
Exactly.
You know. But what's the third thing though? I just want to hear all of that.
No, of course not. No, thank you for asking, because like I said, I love to put all this information out there. The third one is pricing and value. You need to learn how to scale your business, how you said, how to scale your pricing. You have to understand the value that you're giving, does it equal the price, right? Like we said, you don't just charge for the haircut, you also charge for your time. But the time that you are putting in, you have to understand. Yeah, the client has to feel like it's worth it. Like, are you just there detailing for an hour, or are you doing the haircut? You know what I'm saying, putting a hot towel, having a great conversation with them, making them feel comfortable and everything, because now their experience, which is rule number 2, matches the value, which is rule number 3, that equals out to the price that you decide to give them. Because a lot of times people don't actually mind paying the 50, 60, 70. It's more, is the 50, 60, 70 worth what I got?
Yeah.
So your pricing and value, you have to master that. You have to be realistic with where you are with your skill set, where you are with your customer service, where you are with your personal image, where you are with everything. And then you determine your starting point, as far as like where you're going to start price wise.
When you start
and
out,
then you scale yourself like, okay, when I reach this amount of clients or whatever, this and the third, I am going to raise my prices to this. When I raise my prices to this, my services is gonna change by this. I'm gonna add this instead of it being an extra. Now it's gonna be part of the service. There's a whole thing into it. But number 3 is pricing and value. Number 4 is what did I word it? Number 4 is, I forgot what I worded it, but marketing. Sorry, Jesus Christ, my mind is blank.
No, you're good.
Number 4 is marketing. How you present yourself in the marketing aspect, right? Social media, what content you're putting out there. If you're doing business cards, are you outreach marketing? Which I just recently learned, like, people don't really do outreach marketing. And when I say outreach marketing, I don't even know if you ever heard the term outreach marketing, but it's not just going out and giving out business cards. In my last podcast episode, not my last one, well, the last one I just dropped, I actually spoke about it. Outreach marketing is when you handpick a specific area you're gonna go to, or different businesses. You don't just hand out to random people. Like last time I went outreach marketing, I wanted to elevate my clientele, so I went to I picked out 4 luxury car dealerships, and I went over there and I networked. I didn't just give them business cards. I spoke to them. I met the employees. I told them what I do. I made them tell me what they do, because I went to private car dealerships too. So I told them, like, oh, they showed me the showrooms of different cars.
That's fire.
Yeah. So now, because what's happening is, now they have the business card, they know what you do, but they're also putting a face to it and a personality to it, not just the face. They're like, oh no, I remember we spoke, he made me laugh, we talked about this, we talked about that. And then even if they don't get a haircut with you the first time, you do it again, the exact same place. And now they're like, oh, I remember this person. And you talk to them some more. And now they're gonna be like, you know what? Let me actually go check him out. He seems like a cool dude. He seems like a professional person. He seems like he does business well. Blah, blah, blah. And a lot of these people that they work in like these higher end jobs with like selling $1 million cars and stuff like that, they take their appearance very serious. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So they're very picky with who they let, for example, touch their hair and stuff. So marketing, you have to master marketing in whatever way that looks for you. You got to figure out what your niche is. You got to figure out what your forte is. Because even though in the beginning, I suggest cut everything and anything that walks in through that door. That's how you're going to get better. For sure. Don't run away from kids. Don't run away from either straight hair or coarse hair. Don't run away from nothing. Once you can earn that, once you're like, okay, I'm cutting everything, I'm good at everything, now let me become great at something. Now you can choose, I want to focus more on kids. I want to focus more on shear work. I want to focus more on coarse hair and fades. I want to focus more, stuff like that. You need to figure out what your niche is, and then you market yourself like that. Yeah, that's true though. Because if you don't want to cut kids, don't keep putting pictures of kids' haircuts, because that's what you're marketing yourself as a kid barber. So that was number 4 is marketing. Number 5 is tracking. Tracking your finances. That's what I mean. Tracking your finances. What you said earlier.
Yeah.
You got to track everything. You got to understand your busy seasons, your slow seasons. You got to understand what months you're busier than others. You got to you have to see what days of the week are busier than others typically. And the way you do that is you just track everything. You track every person that you cut, every tip they give you, every,
hairstyle, shit.
Exactly. Because now you can sit here and be like, okay, well, I'm typically busier on Wednesdays and then slower on Thursdays. And then it starts picking up Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or whatever. And then you can, once you do that for a whole year and you look at everything, you're like, and this month is always slower than this month. This month is busier, boom, boom. And now what you can do is you tie, everything ties to each other.
Yeah.
Now you tie that to marketing because now you can be like, okay, I know January is one of my slowest months. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna focus my marketing in January or whatever other months you're slower. Because now I'll be like, okay, I'm slower that month, so I'm gonna make sure I outreach market more for that month. I maybe run some Instagram ads, things like that. So just keep track of everything for tax purposes, for just analyzing your own data so you can understand where to invest time and money into so you can maximize your income, right? You don't want just your slow season to stay slow.
That's true.
You also don't want to get discouraged by your slow season. I tell barbers this all the time. I'm like, bro, a slow day is not your worst enemy. Is actually your best friend because that's when it gives you time to like, okay, how can I get more people in the door? How can I grow beyond the chair? What if I have other plans? How can I focus on? It's those slow days. Don't take those slow days to be like, yeah, I'm gonna go home early because I don't got no appointments.
Yeah,
I'm gonna just play video games all day because it's like that's again now you became the mid barber.
And those are habits too. At the end of the day.
And then number 6 is just your mindset.
Oh, I like that. Yeah.
It's what we spoke about earlier. A lot of times people don't go into this industry with the right mindset.
Yeah.
They come into it thinking they're gonna make a shit ton of money off the jump. And without working, I don't get that math. Like they think they're gonna make a shit ton of money, but only work like 2 hours a day.
Yeah.
And their expectation is off. They expect one thing, but so you need to have a certain mindset. You need to master that mindset. You need to understand that anything good having is not easy. Anything worth having, is not easy. To be a successful barber, like truly successful, not just I'm booked to the point where I can pay my bills, to pay my booth rent, like a truly booked barber to now you have all this extra money and resources and connections that you can actually grow something. In order to get to that point, you need to go through the trials and tribulations. You need to go through sacrifices. And by sacrifices, I mean in the beginning, you might have to work all 7 days. Nobody knows you as a barber, bro. You have to establish yourself.
Yeah.
You need to understand that you're gonna be there from sun to sundown. You need to understand that there's gonna be days where you're gonna come in at 7 in the morning and leave at 10 o'clock at night and maybe cut one person. Yeah. Maybe cut nobody. You need to understand that. But you also need to understand that you have to go through that. Every successful barber went through that.
I know I did the first time.
Exactly.
I remember, bro, I showed up and I had 4 appointments. I wasn't taking cards yet, like credit cards on the phone. Yeah. They were all fake appointments. And I was there for 4 hours thinking I had somebody back to back to back to back. I was there for 4 hours, didn't do shit. It was cold outside, nobody was walking in. I was like, damn. I was like, I remember I went home and I fucking felt like shit. You're gonna feel somebody like fucked up my schedule, whatever, they're fucking with me, whatever. But the point is like, I was there just like that, waiting, not doing nothing, thinking I'm ready to get some business, then didn't work.
Yeah, you're gonna feel like shit.
Yeah.
But that's the mind. You need to understand that. You need to have that mindset. And that's another reason as to why I like doing stuff like this, because earlier I mentioned that I have some problems with how the industry is today. And one of my problems is that everybody just shows the good on social media. They show, oh yeah, I charge 150. I travel over here. I like that. Actually. I cut this celebrity. I do this. I do that. And I'm like, okay, show the bad. show what happened before you got to that point. Show the struggles that you went through.
I like that.
The sacrifices you made.
That's honestly what I'm trying to transition into right now. More showing of like my struggles, because when you can identify your own struggles, you know, and then you constantly like work on them, I mean, over time they just naturally fix themselves.
Yeah.
But it's just like you said, like people don't show that as much, and to me that's authentic when you can show those things, because it shows you're not just bullshit. You're not just for show. You're a person just like everybody else, and people are going to trust you as you improve because they've been either watching you do it or because you've been vulnerable enough to like say those things. And most people are not like that because of what you just said. Everybody just wants to show the good, or at least put up a front. But I feel like with content, especially nowadays, you can kind of tell what's authentic and what's not.
Yeah, you know? Can, but it just, and again, that's why like I love doing this, because now whoever gets to see this, if there's somebody thinking about getting into cutting hair or already took the step to go to barber school or stuff like that, they can now go into it with the reality of it. Of hearing other barbers that are successful say it's gonna be shitty in the beginning.
Well, really,
it's gonna suck.
The thing is, like, everybody's the same. Everybody's the same. It's the only thing is let me rephrase that. Everybody has the same opportunity, except sometimes people have more resources than others. Resources could be a mentality that they have already. Resources can be more money to, like, let's just say buy ring lights and stuff right away, or cameras. Some people can have more, I don't know, maybe some people don't have enough money for their own personal image and stuff like that. So it's like, what you don't have, it's not somebody else's problem. It's your problem. You fix it. Yeah. When you fix it, you kind of like balance out with what you're strong in, what you're weak in, and eventually it becomes your strength. And as you master your strengths, like, it's not that you don't have no more weaknesses. It's just now you can kind of either you're really good at a lot of that core stuff, and you can start doing other things that are going to make this even like 10 times better, or solidify yourself to where it's like, for me personally, like, you know, like I said, I'm like on autopilot now with like cuts. Like, I can do cuts, any cut. Yeah. And I'm very comfortable with it, you know. I'm not the flashy, like, creative barber, expo barber. I don't really do all that. That stuff's cool and stuff
like competing
that.
And shit?
Yeah, like, it's nice, it's cool. Yeah. It's just, you know. That's
just one of the many many lanes you can get into, but you don't have to.
Yeah, you don't have to. And I feel like those people are very creative and artistic and very great at what they do. But it doesn't necessarily bring in clients into the business, because at the end of the day, if you have to go back and cut regular clients, regular individuals that aren't getting those haircuts like that every single time they come in, then you have to figure out like how you can be better, like behind the chair, basically. Because I mean, that's kind of what I was saying. People kind of don't understand what their focus is on sometimes. And when your focus is on things that, in my opinion, don't really do nothing for you, other than make you look good. Yeah,
and it's also, well, I feel like it depends what your goal is.
Yeah, exactly. Right? I feel like if your goal is to be somebody that's like known for that, go all in on that. You know what I mean? You have a gift. You're creative as hell, because I could not do that.
Yeah, no, I feel that. I also feel like it's great if you're trying to put yourself in a position to become known in the barber industry by other major people in the industry.
For sure. You stand out a little bit more like that.
Yeah, by brands and stuff like that. If you want to eventually get into like brand endorsements, brand partnerships, or eventually start your own expo, or eventually just become a celebrity barber of some sort, you're not going to become a celebrity barber because you won a competition. It's more like the people's attention that you grab because you were even in the competition.
Yeah, right? and also I feel like, let's just say you want to start your own barber expo, right? Well, that's amazing, because you use the platform that you had of being on them stages and connections. Now you can do that, meaning cool. Like you literally did it for the right reason. When you're just doing these shows and just
it's not going to bring you clients.
It's not going to bring you clients. It's not going to do nothing for you.
It'll be fun.
It's going to be fun, but that's about it. At the end of the day, if you got to go back to your shop and cut hair.
And it's also just a test for yourself. It's also just like, let me put my skills to the test. It's not going to bring you clients. I mean, Eventually, it might bring you like one or two. Like if people see like, oh, he's an award-winning barber.
Yeah, because they see that's cool.
But it's not a significant like impact.
Not
it's
at all.
more like it's cool. Like you competed. It's like it boosts your confidence too. But it also humbles the fuck out of you.
Yeah.
If you really think you the shit, and then you go in there and they didn't even consider you to win, like it's gonna humble you, and you're gonna be like, damn, I really need to.
Yeah, and to be honest. That's kind of how I feel about like those expos. Like I like them. They're amazing. They're very fun to be around and to network for sure. But I stopped competing in them just because it's like I'd rather network. I'd rather. Like,
so you have competed?
I've competed like once or twice, and I think like 3 times.
I've never competed yet.
It's whatever. I mean,
I almost did last year, but at the Barber Mania.
I'm not sure.
The one
Barber Madness.
Barber Madness. Sorry, yeah I said Barber.
No. You can still see like my homies like
Barber Madness.
Q over Q, like those guys, like
only fades.
They're doing great with that. Yeah. See, like they use the platform perfectly. Like that's exactly what you have to do. Like you're doing great things with that. They are right. But see, like that. If you're not getting to that type of level, if you're not like, if that's not your intention to do more, then you're kind of wasting your time doing those competitions.
Oh yeah, of course.
You know,
of course. It all depends on what your goal is, but yeah, bro, that's the Barber 6, and I feel like if you master all of those things, you have a extremely strong foundation to succeed. Now you just have to stick to it and make an actual plan for yourself. Yeah. Because I'm telling you, if you got the personal image down, your client's experience is top notch, your marketing is great, your pricing and your value is valid. Like it's not, nobody can question it. Nobody can be like, oh, he's cool, but I feel like he's charging too much for what he's giving. Blah blah. No, like your pricing is great. Your mindset is great, and you're tracking everything. Then there's no way that you can't succeed if you stay consistent. Yeah. And you create a plan for yourself. So that's the thing that I made.
It's good. I mean, I feel like people don't realize that their personal life dictates how they run their business, and that like if you have to figure out like more so the good choices in your life to make those good choices for your business, and that's the disconnect and why people can't do it because their values on other things. Like I mean, I'm just gonna keep it a buck. Like right now, like we're having this interview like right now. If my value was like, I love the World Cup and I love the FIFA, all that, but it's just like, I'm doing this right here with you. I could easily tell you, hey, like, I ain't gonna do this right now. I gotta go watch the game. It's just like, well, then you don't want it.
That's where your priorities lie.
Yeah.
Like you don't really want to succeed.
You don't want to succeed. I mean, you know, I've never done this before, so it's like new for me too, right? But like,
it's also 2026. You could watch that shit later.
Well, the point
they record it and put it somewhere.
And the point I'm trying to make is just like my value is on like the business and
exactly.
shit.
Which it should be.
And if it means I have to put other things on pause for a little bit, then cool. I'm gonna put it on pause.
But what that right there is called is sacrifice.
Yeah, exactly.
Like it's that the example you gave is like a small sacrifice compared to what sacrifices can be. But sacrifices come in all shapes and forms. It's
a mentality on how you view things. Because I mean, bro, I used to play the game all the time, like video games all the time. I don't play anymore. I just don't. I don't have the time.
My when I know I gotta dusty as hell.
But my shit dusty. When I like get off work, like I don't or like stop cutting. I'm still like doing things to prepare and progress. Always. Whether it's a daily life or in the business.
Yeah, it's a weekend. Are you gonna go out with your friends, or are you gonna stay in and figure out how to get better at your weak point? That's another thing you need to do as a barber. Identify what your weak point is, because again, no barber stops learning. No. Like for example, to me, and weak point doesn't mean that you're bad at it. It just means out of everything, that is the one that you have less skills in. It doesn't mean you're bad at it.
And it's like literally everybody has strengths and weaknesses. Yeah. If you can't accept that is something you're not good at, then you're not going to be very good. Like I'm not good at the creative cuts, which is why I say that. I'm not good at them. Like I can do some, but I'm not going to be doing all this crazy makeup and all that. Like, I just not going to do that. Yeah,
like,
that's not. I'm not very creative to even think of ideas like that. So when I see individuals do that, you're so talented. Don't just use it to do awards. Make the expo.
Yeah.
Create a platform. Now, not only is it creating a platform for others, but you're also taking care of yourself because it's something that is a business still that is actually that can potentially take you away from behind the chair, literally, because it's something that brings in so much money, you know?
Exactly.
And that's what I feel like, no matter what, business is the most important thing when you are a barber. And I always tell everybody this about barbering. Barbering is just an opportunity. You can do whatever you want with it. You can go be a side hustle.
You know what I call it?
Huh?
You know what I call the barber industry is a gateway career.
Yeah.
It's a gateway career.
Yeah.
It opens the door. It's just the beginning. It opens the door to everything. You can get into any industry from barbering. Like, what did Jay Majors say? The owner of Connecticut. Yeah, shout out to Jay Majors, bro, the owner of Connecticut Barber Expo. He said it. It kind of made me feel like shit at one point, even though I don't own a shop yet. But he was like, you don't actually own a shop until you own the building that it's in. And I'm like, damn. But it also made me realize, I'm like, damn, but he's right. Now you can get into real estate. From barbering, your goal is...
I mean, I know that's what he is. That's what he's in.
Exactly. I'm going to buy this building. I'm going to put a barber under here. But now I have a whole building or a plaza or whatever. So now, I wanted to own the building that my barbershop is in and make sure that it's a dope-ass barbershop. But now I'm also making passive income from all these other businesses that can rent out. Or if it has residential on top, you're renting. Yeah. You're either getting into commercial properties or residential properties. Bro, it's so much things. You can get into fashion. You can get into...
It's crazy. Products.
Bro, and products. You can get into... Finances. You can get into...
Marketing.
Music. You can get into... Bro, you can get into TV. Look at Sly Honcho or...
yeah.
He just recently got put into a Tyler Perry movie.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Fucking barbering, bro.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like, dude never went. The dude, I don't know personally, but from what I've gathered, the information he's put out there, his goal wasn't to be an actor. His goal wasn't to be in a movie, but barbering opened that world for him. You know what I'm saying? Which who knows what that can lead to later down the line, right? So barbering is a great gateway career. You just have to understand that. And you need to learn what does that mean?
And see, the difference between him and other people too is like, I mean, he hasn't been cutting like as long as some people. Yeah. So the fact that he's been able to make so much progress is just that he stayed disciplined and consistent for so long, every single day, even when he didn't feel like it. He devoted his entire self to it, and it paid off. But I feel like when you bet on yourself, you're not really betting on yourself. You're just taking one step at a time every single day, and eventually it's gonna happen. Yeah. It's almost inevitable as long as you make those steps.
It's like I said earlier. He did it. Exactly. It's like I said earlier. Are you gonna go out with your friends to drink, or are you gonna stay home and you're gonna figure out what your weak point is, work on it? You're gonna figure out, okay, like I'm good at cutting hair and I got a good amount of clientele. What's next for me? You don't just go out and just spend your money or whatever. You got to figure out what's next for you. Yeah. Do you want to eventually own a barber school? Do you want to own a barber shop? Do you want to get endorsement deals? Do you want to have your own type of merch? Do you want to create your own product? Do you want to
do the real estate?
Into real estate? Do you want to start your own expo? Or do you want to completely make something new out of barbering? And it's like there's so much stuff you can do, but you have to sacrifice that time, sacrifice partying, sacrifice watching, gaming, watching a sport or anything. It's like you gotta sacrifice these things
if you want that.
If you want that, yes. All of this is tangent on just if you want it.
And I feel like
if you don't want it,
if you don't want it, exactly. I was about to say if you. Like that's a thing. That's why I love barbering, because you like if you just want a good, great life, you can go cut hair.
If you just want to cut hair and pay your bills, and
you good, and you can still stack up bread. Yeah, and I feel like that's why I love barbering, because it gives you that opportunity. I don't like it when barbers hate on this person or that person for choosing what they want to do. Oh yeah, that's what I hate about barbering. I mean, it shouldn't matter what other people are doing. You shouldn't focus on that. You should focus on yourself. So if yourself, it means that you show up to work every day, you're doing your cuts, you're bonding with your clients, you're not trying to charge more, you're not trying to post, whatever. That is what makes you happy. Amazing. There's nothing wrong with that.
I remember somebody, I forgot who it was. Somebody was like, damn, bro, when you make some of these videos, like I'll be making like videos like giving advice and stuff like that. I'm like, bro, it sounds like you're yelling at somebody. I'm like, and he was like, damn, like what if like they don't, I remember somebody asked me like, what if they don't want to like go that crazy and do it? I'm like, bro, the videos I make, it comes down to like if the shoe fits, wear it.
Oh, that's how it always
like it's
be.
not for every barber.
But that's marketing.
It's for the it's for the ones that want to hear it, for the ones that want to grow.
Yeah.
If you're fine where you're at, then disregard this message.
Yeah.
You know,
there's 8 billion people on this planet. There's never gonna be one person out there that's gonna cater to all those 8 billion people.
Exactly.
Never. So when you find, your niche and you market it, whatever it is, whether it's you talking or your haircutting, your nails, esthetician, whatever, like that's who you're catering to. Now barbers are doing like coaching and stuff. They're not taking haircutting clients anymore. They're taking barbers.
Other barbers.
Yeah, whether they're 20 years down the line, 10 years in, 5 years in, or just started yesterday, like they're getting barbers in. So that's
and
their
mentoring
niche.
them and stuff. Which that's another thing that I got like a love-hate relationship with, because I love the fact that somebody thought of the idea of I figured out a system that can make me more successful, and I can give it to somebody else so they can succeed too, right? Mm-hmm. So it goes back to the gatekeeping thing. They're not really gatekeeping. My issue with it is that they don't want to gatekeep if you pay a shit ton of money for it. They be like, yeah, like I'll make sure, the social media goes up. I'll make sure your content gets better. I'll make sure you get more clients and this and the third, but you got to pay me fucking 7 racks. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, all right, bro, let's say there's barbers out there that can pay that because they've been doing it for a while. But let's say it's a barber that is 100% serious about this. Mm-hmm. This is what they want to do, but they don't have the funds for you to mentor them. Mm-hmm. Now they can't access that, because you're charging a shit ton of money just to tell them how to take a proper picture, how to caption your stuff right, or how to create a content schedule and stuff like that. And it's mm-hmm. like what you're doing is great. Just I feel like there's a way to make money off of it without charging a shit ton. Like, for example, that's one of the things that I'm planning on getting into. Mm-hmm. I do want to I want to start a mentoring program. Mm-hmm. But the way that I want to do it is going to be free for the barbers. It's going to be limited slots, and it's going to be contractual, because if you're going to do it, I need you to be serious about it. I don't want you to take a position from somebody that would have taken it serious and you're not. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, I still want to make money. So I was like, okay, how can I do that? I'm like, bro, it's the oldest trick in the book. Yeah. Sponsors. You get major companies to sponsor it. Mm-hmm. That's why I'm starting with Beyond the Chair.
Yeah, no, dude,
if I can just get my name out there, if I can get the Beyond the Chair out there and really create relationships with, you know what I'm saying? Because right now I'm interviewing local barber owners, barbershop owners, local barbers and stuff like that. But eventually, if I can get the attention of Wall and this Stylecraft, and I can get representatives of them to come and talk on the podcast. Now I created a relationship with them, mm-hmm. and then I tell them, look, I want to start this, that, and the third, and they rock with what I'm doing, and my numbers are doing great and all that. I can now have them sponsor it, mm-hmm. and be like, look, we're going to sponsor, they'll pay me to run this program. The barbers get to do it for free. Yeah. I get to make some money. The program gets to get funded. Everybody fucking wins. And now the barbers have access to it without having to pay a shit ton of money. Yeah. So it's like, that's my issue with the mentoring programs out nowadays, where I'm like, the knowledge you guys are giving is good because it actually, like, it works. If you look at the people that started, mm-hmm. that people that didn't do it and then did it, like, their numbers do go up. Mm-hmm. And they do get to charge more than the third, but not everybody has the funds to pay for stuff like that.
Well, see, I feel like, but I definitely hear what you're saying, because, like, I've probably spent like, let's see, I feel like I probably spent a good like 20K on mentorships. And I wouldn't be where I'm at without them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're
like,
good. It's just not everybody can access them.
And that's what I was gonna say too. Like, it kind of, everything is business. Everything is. So the way that business is ran is similar to barbers. Only the way it's similar is like, you know, if you're, the one thing about like coaching, if it requires you, because you're the one that's teaching and people want to know your knowledge, well, you're only one person. So especially when you're online, it requires your presence damn near like 24/7. So you can't just like walk away from it if you want to. Because if you got people paying, no matter what they're paying, whether it's $1 a month or, you know, 10 one time, the point is like, it requires you. So as somebody that's like online coaching people from around the world, you kind of have to make it like that if the demand is there. Because if you don't, you're going to sell yourself short, similar to maybe like the way barbers are. If you are charging, let's just say $30, and you're booked out a month out in advance, you're selling yourself short by not making more money, by having more time for yourself, by having a great schedule that works for you, by working your ass off for people, not for yourself. You're working for people now because you're booked out so far, you can't even schedule your own stuff out. You know what I mean? Because I feel like that sometimes. I'm not booked a month out, but I'm booked a week to 2 weeks out sometimes. And like, I still feel like that's still a lot for me sometimes. So that's the thing. Like, even though my schedule is how it needs to be and all that, but I'm still catering to the people that want to come to me and pay. Because, you know, like I charge $100 right now.
You charge $100 right now?
I charge $100.
Yeah,
I wouldn't get to where I am if it wasn't for the mentorships, though.
Of course.
As soon as I joined my first one, my brain just clicked. I think it just clicked because I've always had a grasp for like the business stuff. But like I never really had somebody that knew it, especially through barbering, that could like at least help me out in some sort of way. So as soon as I got it and it clicked, and I just started to like understand it, I completely changed my entire mentality of barbering. And I would say like from when I started my first mentorship, before that, and then from that point to like where I'm at now, two totally different barbers for sure. And even to this day, I can still tell like what people do and don't do, just based off of like where their mentality is, how they show up, what their business looks like, how it's ran, their price point, like even the conversation that they have, I can tell like where they're at in their business. And sometimes, I don't know if it's just within me or what, but sometimes I just want to like you said, give free game, just because. And whenever I was like had a conversation through you in a message, you know, like I just want to give you free game on things that I've learned that.
Shit, man,
it's barber content, but it applies to damn near like anything.
Everything, yeah.
So like it's principles though that I've learned that like they do change over time because it's a platform that you're learning. It's principles of a platform, but like the algorithm changes so much sometimes that like you and the brain have to understand how it's changing, when it's changing, and then adapt to that change. And when you can do that every single time it's changing through like social media, then you kind of have no problem with marketing ever.
Right.
But if you don't do it or you don't learn it, or let's just put it this way, you're in a program, no matter if it's free or what, there's information on our phones everywhere that's free already, and people still aren't doing it.
Right.
So that's kind of why those individuals that charge a lot for the coaching programs charge so much, because when the clients that come to me for their $100 haircut, they're coming for their haircut.
Right.
Like, they're expecting me to show up. I'm expecting them to show up. They're expecting a quality cut. If they've been coming to me because they're regular, well, they know that it's consistent. They know the conversation is going to be there. Same thing with the coaching. Like, if I'm paying you this money, well, I'm paying you for your time because I want what you have, or I want to learn at least what you have. But if I'm not making effort to, like, you know, learn it from you, even though I paid, you're taking care of the coach.
Right.
And that's great. That's how it should be, because that's like a no-show for $100.
Right.
I just lost, if I didn't have somebody paying me and I did it for free, I just lost $100 on the spot, when maybe I'm booked out a week or two and I just told like 3 people no. And I'm like, the fuck, like those 3 people lost, they didn't get a haircut. I lost because the client didn't show up. And I also lost because I didn't get paid. And then the person that also didn't show up didn't get his haircut either. nobody wanted that entire situation, which is why people charge so much for the mentorships.
Not to derail from the topic, but since you mentioned that, do you have like cancellation fees and stuff like that?
I don't even have. I don't have cancellation fees anymore. I make people pay like a deposit now.
Okay.
So when you put a deposit, that's your cancellation
That
fee.
is if you
don't show up, you don't show up. I already got it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It goes towards your appointment every time. But that's I've learned that through experience, and it sounds crazy, but I've also learned that cheaper you are, the more you cannot charge deposits, because sometimes those clients don't even take their own hair as serious as you are your business.
Bro,
so you can't have those clients in your business. You
that's
know
where
what
I'm at right now with some of my clients, where I'm just like, and there's stuff that I want to talk to you afterwards.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Stuff too, but I'm at a point where I'm like, see, I'm up here mentally with everything, but I feel like where I'm at is not allowing me to be up there. I'm over here. Like I still got clients, but bro, I give you the best experience I can possibly give you. I give you the best haircut, blah blah. And I'm not at $100 yet, but I'm still at a good value and all that. But I still got clients. Like it happened to me earlier, where they don't show up and they text me an hour after their appointment. Oh my bad, I overslept. And this is the third, and I'm just like. I'm like, bro, your appointment was at 11 o'clock. What the fuck you mean you overslept?
Yeah.
Like, it's just, you didn't care about this appointment as much as you should have.
And see, like literally what you just said is like, that's why you can't cater to everybody, and why I don't slow down my business. Cause I got a son, you know what I mean? Like I gotta provide at the end of the day, no matter who the heck is in my business.
And that's the mentality I'm in right now, bro. I'm like, bro, I'm about to be 30. I'm like, bro, I'm about to hit the third floor, bro. Like
third floor. You got a lot of flights for real.
Yeah, bro. I'm about to hit the third floor, bro. Like I don't got time for this shit no more. I need to figure out how to take myself to the next 3 levels. Like now, I've been doing this for too long. Now,
you know what? I was gonna suggest something too, like one thing that's helped me also, other than the mentorships, because it's not like I'm gonna just say like the mentorships, like they're very niche specific with barbers, right? But I've been learning where I'm at right now in my life, like I'm not needing like as much of a barber niche coach. I need a business coach. I need like a life type of coach. So like that is the level I'm at. I don't need to help with that. So that's what I'm trying to say is like books. You want something like that's gonna really help you out? Books. And you have to know which book to get and what you're trying to learn. So I got gifted. Well, I didn't get gifted. I borrowed a book from a friend, and she just let me read it, and I've been reading it. And it's just about I think it's called How to Book Yourself Solid. I forgot who it's by, but it's a great book. And there's something, it talks about business, and I don't think it was written in today's time. It was I think written in at least prior to 2010, I'm pretty sure. But the same principles that it has applies to this day still.
To this day, yeah.
And it still talks about some internet stuff too. But it more so just talks about the fundamental of marketing and business. And reading those books though helps me understand clients more, business more, myself more, and how I have to show up with business, not just let's just say personal image and all that, right? Those are that's a standard. That's how you should be. But the principles of how things work and systems, I learned from books and people that already know these kind of things. So that has nothing to do with barbering. They can apply that to any business.
Yeah.
But service-based businesses though, they kind of all have the same thing. Yeah. So I'm gonna same principles. And I'm gonna just say a sly huncho, he can take the principles of social media and apply it to you as an esthetician, apply it to you as a barber, apply it to you I've seen him do dog trainers.
Yeah.
Same principles of content. He literally just applied it to all these other things. And that's why he's so good at what he does, because he learned social media so much, but it all literally just came down from the foundation of barbering. And I feel when you just open your mind to not just barbering, you kind of open the doors to everything. You're doing the cameras and stuff. That's a whole other field that you have to also be an expert in too, so that you can grow there too. I'm learning how to teach my barbers. I'm learning how to be more of an owner, not just a barber. I'm learning how to market more. I mean, we're gonna like what we plan on doing here is like making merch. We already have merch, but like making our own merch.
Right.
Maybe transitioning into more of a brand so we can sell like products and stuff. So it's like it all is just like one thing at a time. But in reality, like I have to get good at that. I have to learn that. I have to understand like how that is. And if that means I have to start from ground zero in that field or whatever, not a field, just that category, then cool. Like I got to start from zero and we're just going to keep it moving. And then let's just say 5 or 6 years down the line, yeah, you've been doing the barber thing, whatever it is, but you done spent the other 5 years to lock in that other stuff. And then you got plenty of more years to live.
Do other stuff.
You can not cut. You don't have to cut no more. You can be production team you got a team that pays you because you're the guy that like knows the whole system now. You know what I mean? So I think like if you like as a barber, you want to take it that far, you can. You don't have to though. Like I know plenty of people that love their life the way it is and they don't need to do all this stuff.
Me, I'm trying to max the fuck out of this.
And that's great. And see, that's what I'm saying. Like it took me so much to learn like I don't know, bro. I just don't like to be complacent. So
Neither do I. I like to always do shit.
Yeah, bro. So it just took me so much to kind of like learn that like, oh shit, like I can't just focus on like cutting hair, bro. Like you can learn the shear work. You can learn the fade, everything about a fucking haircut. At some point, you still cap out.
Yeah.
You still cap out. Even if at $150 price point, you still cap out.
And honestly, I feel like that's where I'm at. Like I haven't capped out monetarily. Like I can always charge more.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I can work at a higher end shop. I can do whatever. I feel like I outgrew the chair. Me personally. Mm-hmm. That's where I feel like I'm at. And that's why I'm trying to do everything else. Because I'm like, I don't want to cut hair anymore. Not because I don't like it, not because I just feel like out of where my mind is, all the experience that I have with cutting hair, all the reps that I've put in, I outgrew cutting hair.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna still cut hair. Like my goal is to only cut hair, like a very to a very concentrated group of clients.
Yeah.
For a certain amount of money. But besides that, I want most of my time to be focused on the podcast, the apparel line, a whole bunch of other stuff that I got going on, or that ideas that I have. It's all barber related, but there's so much things that I want to do that I'm just like, I don't want to be behind the chair anymore.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm at that point where I'm capped out now. Like I'm like, mentally I'm capped out. Mentally I don't like, I'm done being behind the chair 5 days out of the week from open to close. Like that's not where I'm at anymore.
And see, one thing I learned from my mentors, like especially the ones I have right now, I mean, they're like helping me too with stuff like this, the barber shops and stuff. So one thing that they told me, because like when I went up to $100, like I was charging 80 before, and sorry, they just told me like, look, what you're trying to do, because I've told them some of my goals and what my situation is like, and they're like, what you're trying to do, it's not, you can't do it like cutting hair all the time. Meaning like
you're gonna have to stop cutting hair.
But he also said like, meaning like you're gonna have to cut less people. Yeah, you're gonna be charging more, but you're really not gonna make more. You're either gonna make less or
you're just
the
gonna
same.
have more time.
You have more time. That's exactly what he said. And ever since then, I mean, yeah, like he's right. Like I've had more time. I've been able to do other things. Like, I'm still not where I want to be, but I'm making a move to be like in this area, like super close. Like I don't want to spread too many details.
No, you're good.
But like personal people know like what I'm doing, and to be honest, damn, like. I'm just trying to put myself in a position to maximize my time so that the business thrives, so that I don't have to be behind the chair like that. I'm not trying to get to $300 a cut. Like I don't want to do that to my clients.
Yeah,
I just want
to.
Yeah, I just want to be able to create a foundation for like my business partners and myself, so that we can go be with our kids. We don't got to worry about the money. It's not about the money. It's the fact that we built something, we took care of it, and now we're living off it because we don't have to be behind you, and we can literally have fun cutting hair now because we love the connections, relationship that we've been building for years.
Yeah, and you can end up eventually everything you've built can get passed down to your kids, and so many different things, bro. And that's where I'm at, bro. I genuinely want to.
And clients feel that, like that, the intention, which is why I try to always do more, because it kind of gives me more purpose than just cutting the hair. You know what I mean? So, and more fulfillment. So like, if I wasn't doing any of those types of things, it would just be like very transactional, to where like my client feels that, yeah, I'm charging a lot, but now they're like, it's not worth it. He ain't valuable. Like, you know, it's not the same.
I even switched it up with because when I brought my prices up, I changed how I dressed.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Because I didn't dress like this. I used to.
I'm the same.
Wear ripped jeans and oversized tees, like stuff like that, with crazy grab. I mean, don't get me wrong. From time to time, like I'll dress down.
That's me today. Ain't gonna
but I decided to change how I dress.
Yeah, that's great actually. That's a small, very impactful change you can make.
Because I want people, when they see me, I want to be like, this is a dude that I'm a huge believer in. You receive what you put out, and if I'm receiving a higher end service for a higher end price, then that's what I'm gonna get.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying? When I talk about, you know, when you increase your prices, you also got to increase your service. I'm not just talking about add a hot towel or a hair wash. I'm also like, how you present yourself. Like, are you presenting yourself as a $40 barber charging $60, or are you presenting yourself as a $100 barber charging $60?
And see, this goes back to my point earlier too. Like when I started at like AMW, for example, I mean, there was, you know, a lot of things I wasn't doing right away, right? Like dressing how I feel like I should be, whatever, right? But the point is, like, there was small things within the service that I already was doing back then that I just like did it the whole time. So when I got to a point where like where I'm at now, I don't really have to change it. Like I've been doing it, which is why I say, like, if you take it serious from day one and you learn and you grow, and you like have an open mind with all that, you're really gonna make like the most of it, and that's where you're gonna see most of the growth, because that's what it is literally maximizing everything that you have, so that when the time comes and you maybe are uncomfortable in a new position, you're starting in a new shop for the first time, it's like, well, I don't feel so uncomfortable because I took care of what I need to. I at least have some confidence enough that I can handle myself here. I think people get more fearful, have way less confidence, and make a lot more mistakes when they didn't take it serious, and they didn't realize that until you do all that for so long, and you look back after that time too, that you're like, damn, I just wasted a year in school, didn't take it serious, another year, not taking it serious in a shop, 2 years going down the line, now I'm finally taking it serious. What changed? Your mentality. That's it.
That's exactly what happened to me. Bro, I didn't take barbering serious until a year ago.
Yeah, you see, and I don't believe that there's a timeline.
And I started
it's just
15
when you need
years
to do
ago.
It. Yeah,
exactly.
Exactly.
It's like,
yeah.
I try not to beat myself up for it, because I understand.
I know what you're about to say.
Everybody has a process. Everybody has a time. It's their own pace. And since I've been cutting hair since I was 13, I didn't understand this until later on. Because I remember when I first started taking barbering serious, I was like, damn, bro, like, I've been doing this for so long and I got nothing to show for it. There's people out here that's been doing it for 5 years and they got their own shop already and all that. I'm still here just behind the chair. And I was beating myself up until I quickly realized, I'm like, bro, no, you went through exactly what you needed to go through. There was no way I was going to grow in the barber industry because I wasn't fully appreciating it. I wasn't fully understanding what it was. I wasn't fully understanding the gift that I had. And I feel like that time, those 4 years I spent trying different jobs and all that, I needed to go through that.
Yeah.
So I can understand what I actually wanted. So I can understand, so I can regain my passion in cutting hair. And so I can have time and really understand where barbering can take me. And then once I learned all that and I finally got back into cutting hair, that's when I was like, oh shit, no, like, that's it. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take it serious. And bro, again, not even a year later, I'm managing the shop. some more time passed by. I'm about to manage a second shop. Yes, it's not owning a shop, but it's still a milestone that you're no longer in the territory of just cutting hair. Mm-hmm. Even though the shop is not under my name, now I'm gaining experience on how to run a shop. I got the podcast going on. I got the apparel line I just dropped. I'm making connections with people and all that. Things just seem more natural. And they seem like they're flowing and things are moving along.
They're intentional.
Exactly. And now I see a purpose behind it. I see an end goal. I see a vision. When before I didn't see none of that.
Exactly.
I just saw, I was a side hustle barber. Like, this is just for me to pay shit. Like, that's what it was.
Yeah. Yeah, like I have well, everybody kind of has, like I said, their own timeline, their own pace. But like I was the same way. I just beat myself up with stuff like that. But yeah, like, you know, like I'm 24 and I have a son, right? So it's like getting to where I'm at right now, just with a son, right? Like, there's plenty of people out here that have more, that don't have kids. That's great. That's their timeline.
Right,
so
exactly.
I would always beat myself up, comparing myself basically to that. But then I had to take a step back and realize, like, you know what? Like, I'm doing fucking great with what I have and what the situation that my life is in or currently, you know, structured. And it's like, I have to give myself credit and I have to do what I can on my time so that it just compounds as I do it. Not the way this person does it or this person does it. It's the way I do it. Meaning, if it takes a day to, let's just say, I don't know, like, I'm gonna just say like the content, for example, like, I'm at a point in my life right now where like I need an editor bad. I need one bad, and I need it bad because I don't have an hour to 2 hours of my day editing videos.
I feel like I need a whole social media manager. And just somebody.
And see, like, that's the thing, meaning like what we have here and what we're growing here, like with the shop specifically, we're building a team. It's expanding. We have camera guy. We have, you know, CPA. Like, we have like 2 business partners. You know, we got people that are helping us. We've had connections with people that help us with like our merch and stuff like that. So it's like we were just like expanding our team. And I told them, like, that is how you grow. That's how you make it like stick in place for a long time. Foundation, like stick it in the ground to where it's now foundation, not just you just have it. You know what I mean? So when you have a team, it makes your job easier to where you just got to show up now.
Yeah.
You just got to do what you're good at, what you're great at, and that's it. Meaning, like, if you're also, let's just say, you know, you're part of the podcast, you start the show, you're not worried about that no more.
Yeah, like,
you know what I mean? You're preparing to talk.
That.
You're preparing for the questions. You're preparing mentally for this right here.
That's what I want to get to.
And it's like, that's the thing. It's coming in due time, bro. It's just a matter of like just doing it and doing it and doing it. Eventually, you won't have time to edit no more. You will have to get an editor. And it means you have to reach people, you know?
Barely got time to edit, man.
That's what I'm saying.
I'll be up till like 2 a.m, like doing shit.
And that's a sacrifice right there.
Yeah, you definitely sacrifice sleep. I'm going to tell you that much.
I do the same thing, bro.
Definitely sacrifice sleep. Every time I'll be going into a barbershop, people be like, are you high? I'm like, no, bro. I just only slept for 2 hours.
I'm freaking tired.
I'm tired, bro.
Yeah.
I'm tired. But that's the sacrifice. And, you know, I wouldn't have it any other way.
And I choose my sacrifices. Like, everybody can choose it. But, like, for me, I'm not going to, I prioritize sleep. I'm going to prioritize my son. And I'm going to prioritize, like, my happiness / peace.
Yeah.
If any of those things, like, interfere with that, I'll put it off tomorrow. I won't stress about it. Or I just won't do it. Because it's like, it's not worth it. If it's gonna interrupt any of those 2 things, it's definitely not worth it. Or you gotta get somebody else to take care of it because it's just not worth it. You know what I mean? Yeah. But that's how I operate when I guess like how I do things. Because I used to just feel like, all right, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, I gotta do that. But then it started costing me time with my son too much. Then it started costing time with my mental health and, you know, like the way I view myself. It's like, well, why the fuck you doing it in the first place if you're not even happy, me, right? Like, well, I gotta figure out what makes me happy first so that when I do these things that I know is worth it, I can show up how I'm supposed to show up instead of either like putting on a front or not doing it thoroughly, and it's showing later on because it's not thorough enough. All because of what you have in here that's not allowing you to like project what you're supposed to be projecting. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I'm glad that you brought that up because I actually wanted to ask you. I like to ask everybody when you're trying to build something that's sustainable. When you're trying to build something that's great, that's going to change your life, your family's life, and all that, it's not going to be easy, right? It can take a big toll on you mentally, physically. You're going to lose a lot of things, right? Sometimes you might lose some friends because they don't understand what you're doing, and you're not no longer willing to waste your time on things like gaming or going out or this, that, and the third. There's a lot that go into it. And it can take a toll on you. There can be a lot of struggles, a lot of things that might want to set you back. I'm curious to know in your journey with everything that you've accomplished and you've done so far, what do you think your biggest setback was, or just your biggest struggle going throughout your entire journey right now?
I think it was more, everybody's situation is different, you know what I mean? But I think my life just progressed very, very quickly, like in almost every single aspect of life. Had a son early, I was in a relationship for a long time, got the business going, like I'm talking about the barber shops, like I've been great at cutting hair. I've always been just busy with it. I've had opportunities like this, like, I don't know, like things just happen so quickly. So this is my life and this is how it is for me. So for some people that, let's just say in the outside that aren't me, right, might see it as like super fast. Right. But for me, this is just my normal life. Yeah. So I had to realize like, oh shit, like you're doing great. Like I used to contradict myself so much with so many things because I always felt like I wasn't, let's just say good enough, or wasn't doing it the right way, or beat myself up because I didn't know certain things. But it's like, bro, like I've done so much that was my biggest thing, is like I couldn't understand what was truly on my plate and how blessed like I am, you know what I mean? And how appreciative I have to be of what's on here so that I can like cherish this so much that it's this is my foundation. This is my happiness. This will bring me peace in my life, so that anything else that happens as time goes on, whether it's fast or slow, I'm gonna be able to like handle it with care the way I need to, if it aligns like with my values, right? Because back then my values were on dumb stuff, on clothes, on partying, right? So I didn't know that is personal problems that bleed into business. I didn't know that like having personal problems literally dictates what people see and how they view you behind the chair, literally, and also within the shop. So as I started to make progress with some things, as I started to change my mentality with that, I realized my choices and what life it created for me, and whether it's good or bad, I had to sit back and be like, okay, like I didn't like how that went down, so the next time something like this comes up, I'm gonna make sure like it's gonna be worth it and good, so that I don't have to go back and be in that type of mentality again, or make the same mistakes, so that my life is at least a little easier to manage as things just come up. And it could be anything. It could be with business, a relationship, being a father. It could be within myself, mental health. I feel like I wish I would have just like, for example, just like I just been getting in the gym for a lot. It's helped me out a lot recently, and like I feel like if I would have done that a lot earlier, and my mentorships, if I would have done those two things a lot earlier, I probably would have been even further than I'm at right now. Right. So when I look back, I'm like, damn, like this is, to me, is an opportunity. I didn't want to say no, because it's like I said no to a mentorship one time, and now my mentors were in that same group of people that they were in the mentorship when I got asked. But because I said no, my values were not aligned with it. I made a mistake when I probably could have been exactly where they are, like right now. Right? So that's their timeline though. So my pace, I realized I have a pace. I didn't realize I had my own pace. And so that is something I also had to learn too. Like, you're like, be okay where you're at. It's gonna be uncomfortable sometimes. That's okay. Just take it one day at a time. and you'll be good. And I used to not take things one thing at a time. I used to get so overwhelmed. I used to be so stressed. I took it out on family, on my relationship that I had. I used to take it out on my son, you know what I mean? Like just things like that. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Yeah. And then it's like, if you aren't happy, what's the purpose of all this other stuff you're doing? So you have to find that first. And I didn't find that for a long time, up until recently, in my opinion. Now I feel like I'm the best I've been in a very long time. Can think more clear. And just with a lot of the things and struggles I've been through, let's just say in the past 6 to 5 years that I've been a barber, for example, everything that's personal and in business, I don't regret it, because I wouldn't be like right here where I'm at right now if it wasn't for all that stuff. So I would say like learning the self-reflecting, being accountable, and then I'm still learning like the consistency. But I didn't realize how much a routine really like locks things in. Yeah. I mean, and it's not even just about like a routine. It's more because you can have a routine. Your routine could be you go smoke weed every day. That's a routine. Yeah. I'm talking about like psychologically, waking up early. It's already proven to like make you more successful in damn near anything that you do, because you wake up early. You don't wake up early like your client at 11 a.m., 12 noon. Like you're already asking for shit to happen, and because of that, it affected your business. So that's why when I carry myself behind a chair, I know that my clients are gonna be on point, because that's how I carry myself. They know that. They carry themselves at least like that to an extent, or they at least know that they have to show up that way here, because that's just like how it runs. Right. And it all goes back to like just psychological, where like I could go party, let's just say Friday night, but I gotta be here at 6 or 7, 8 a.m. in the morning for a haircut. Is it smart to go do that? Probably not. But is it a sacrifice I'm willing to make? Yeah. Why? Because I get to go home, I get to eat dinner, I get to cook my food and clean and make my sure my house is good and how it needs to be. Like, imagine if you didn't get to do those things. Well, you're probably eating like crap. You're not gonna get enough sleep. You're putting like, let's just say, alcohol and a lot of crazy crap in your body. Yeah. Now you wake up the next day, and you wonder why shit's hard. It's like, well, you didn't do what you were supposed to do. Yeah, exactly. And sometimes stuff you're supposed to do is boring. Who cares? Like, that's part of life. Because you gotta keep remembering your why and the end goal. And to me, that's another thing I was actually gonna say. My why is my son. And to be honest, like things, let's just say, an old version of myself. I don't want to be that old version of myself. I don't want him to see that version or like think of me as his dad as that way. Once he starts to comprehend things as he gets older, to where like he can understand stuff like that. But like, you know, if I can pick up the pace of like where I'm, let's just say, lacking and all that, well, by the time he's at an age where he can understand quite a bit more, he'll see me where I'm at that point, and that's how he sees me. And truthfully, like, I know the people that are in his life right now, and like, I feel like when I'm at a point where, like, let's just say I'm 30, I got 5 years away, I hope at least when he's 8, because he'll be 8, that he can see the difference in me and other people just simply because of like how I show up every day. And I hope that like when he gets to an age where he can identify that between people, maybe not at 8, but like let's just say when he's 16, he'll see already, oh, like my dad does this, or my dad does that, like, and it's clear as day that like not everybody's doing stuff like that. And hopefully when he gets to an age where he is my age, he can at least have a great understanding of, let's just say, what it needs to be a man, how to view life, how to treat women, how to be a great father, how to make money, how to do all those things. So he makes me show up every day. And that's when I think of like, should I make this choice or that choice? It's like, nah, like I gotta make the right choice, because if not, it's gonna cost me some shit later, and I'm a fucking hate it, you know. But we're human; we're always gonna do that, of course. So it's just how it is, you know. And that state of mind actually works perfect, not just with what you said with the I got to do the boring stuff and all that. That also applies to see what's the best way to say this. Basically, it also applies to like there's certain things you just can't give a fuck about. Oh man, yeah, I learned that a lot. I learned that from my first mentor. It's like, it's like fuck, there's certain things where it's like if somebody doesn't like it, it's like I don't give a fuck. And it's
like for example, I learned that from being a manager, right? I always used to. Everybody thinks like managers and bosses, like there's people always gonna be like, oh,
sometimes
they're sometimes they'll be like, oh, they're an asshole, whatever. But one thing I realized is that sometimes you have to be, and not because you're a mean person, but it's just because if you don't, then certain things won't be taken as serious and
taken advantage of.
Yeah, it's taken advantage of. It won't be done properly.
Yeah.
And it can affect how you are. For example, you're focusing on what you're focusing on, and you know you got an appointment at 7 o'clock the next day, and you got to do everything that you're doing for your son, blah blah. But your friends are telling you, "Hey, let's go out." Whatever, you tell them no, and then they try to give you shit because they're like, bro, you changed, like it was like you used to be fun, blah blah. Bro, I don't give a fuck. Like, because at the end of the day, if you don't see what I'm doing, what I'm trying to do, and you're not respecting that and you're not supporting that, then I can't give a fuck when you get upset because I don't want to partake in this, because ultimately my success is depending on how I respond right now. And my response right now is I don't care that you're upset. Yeah. It's either you're with me or you're not. I'm going to still do what I need to do. And what I need to do is to take my ass home, not to go spend money at a club or a bar with you and stuff. So,
and I feel like sometimes, bro, like one thing I've also like learned recently is like, we are humans, and like it's okay to have fun and do what you're supposed to. So I used to not do that though. Like I used to be a fucking robot. Like I wouldn't do shit, and I would hate doing things for fun because to me it always felt like it was taking me away from the business. But then I realized that like I was so stressed about business all the fucking time that I couldn't focus on things that mattered. So when I didn't know how to take a break. And so now I'm learning how to take a break. Yeah. And like, I'm okay, like I said earlier, if I don't get shit done. As long as I did one thing today that progressed me in some way, I'm good.
Yeah, and that's good. That's totally fine. I just feel like as long as you do it strategically, it's fine.
And see, look, that's the thing too, like about people though, how you were saying, people, if they don't respect you for what you have going on in your life, then they're not your friend at all. Oh yeah. And you just like can't surround yourself around those people. And I feel like when I go out with my friends, for example, like they know what it is with me. They always know what it is with me. Some of them try to always get me to do stupid stuff. And I'm just like, bro, you know I'm not gonna do that. Like I appreciate it, but like I ain't gonna do all that. I'm here to chill with you and hang out with you. I'm not here to be, a zombie right now. Yeah. And like the thing is like they respect that, and
as long as they respect it, that's all.
They know I don't come out as much, and they know that when I'm out, like it's a great time, and we're still having fun. They don't need to be weird about it, and I don't have to partake in all that. You know what I mean? Yeah. As long as we're all having fun together, that's all that matters.
Yeah, bro.
And so like that when because some of those individuals, for example, like they're not on the same. They're not on the same route with their own career as I am with my career, and that's okay. Yeah. They might not even have the same responsibilities that I have either. That's okay. But like when it's time for me to kind of like relax, I know that like they're gonna welcome me in the way it's always been. They're not gonna hold it against me, and it also doesn't mean I have to like give up the friendship just for because I don't want to participate every single day they're doing it. You know what I mean? So I learned that too because. As you progress in life, bro, like, I mean, the connections obviously are amazing, whether they're with clients, business connections, or just people off the street. But like in reality, bro, like I think the thing that people don't realize is it's lonely as hell working towards something because it's only you that understands it. And like, and if you,
I'm so glad you said that.
Bro, it's lonely as hell. And when it's time for you to like get out and be with people, you have to have people. You got to. Whether it's family, friends, cousins, your coworkers, and it's not in the shop, you're doing stuff. It's like, even clients, like, bro, you gotta being able to be around people and social is so important. Like, you just can't, we're just not robots, you know what I mean?
Yeah, we're not, bro, but I'm so glad you said that because that is so true, bro. Like, trying to reach a level of success can be very, like, lonely, right? And it doesn't mean that like you're upset about it. Yeah, you might be fine with the loneliness, but it is very lonely. Like, bro, I can't tell you, I'm nowhere near where I want to be, right? And there's so much more that I still want to do.
Yeah.
But even with what I got going on, bro, there be days where I'm up till 2, 3 in the morning by myself, just working on merch, videos, all that. Just nobody around me, just silence. And it's just, you know what I'm saying? And I know of friends and family members and all that while I'm there doing that, they're out partying, they're out having fun, drinking, blah, blah. And I'm just there in silence by myself. And it's like, it's lonely, but at the end of the day, I have to become okay with that because I have to remember the end goal.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm not going to get to the end goal.
It'll never, you'll never get to it if you don't make those jumps sometimes. But also, one thing I've learned too, especially because, I mean, yeah, just in general, in my opinion, well, in my life right now, like, this is the first time I've like, it's just me and my vision. I'm not in a relationship. I don't have anybody like tying me down in some kind of way. So like my mentality is all on me and my son, right? So this is the first time like I finally get to kind of like do that for myself. So once again, I'm grateful for like everything that I have and that I've been able to achieve to this far. But now that I feel like I have more clarity over my life, it makes me excited to see like what life has to bring, simply because like the season that I'm in right now is lock in. Like I am locking in right now. Like I feel like the next year to 2 years, it's gonna dictate a shit ton of stuff for me, and this is the right time for me to do it. So like I'm doing it, and I'm making adjustments to where in my life I can maximize that stuff. Because if I, let's just say, didn't maximize like my time, my money, my time and money really is what, and my mentality, whatever, right? Everything that's gonna help me progress and improve, if I didn't maximize on those things, then I'm selling myself short. I'm gonna hate that I didn't spend the time during that season, this season right now, to do it. And so that this season can literally make or break everything. It could make it where we didn't take care of what we needed to. So in a year or two, it's like, fuck, like, you know, shit's gonna have to really change, and it's like it's gonna either set us back or we lock the fuck in for another year or two, and it's gonna solidify us so well, whether that's me individually, us as a shop, or whatever, that we ain't gotta worry about shit no more.
Yeah.
Because we had the exposure, we took care of the barbers, we took care of ourselves, we're getting, you know, X, Y, and Z. It's like, damn, like it was worth it for a year or two. Meaning the rest of your life after that, now you have time to chill.
Yeah.
Now you got time to go drink, and like you ain't gotta go crazy. But it's like, goddamn,
you
like,
can enjoy the fruits of your labor.
You can enjoy the fruits of your labor, and like it's at different seasons for different people. And some people choose early, some people choose later. I'm choosing later. You know what I mean? I'd rather go travel to Tokyo and Europe and all these random places or whatever, because I'm able to do that, not because I want to just do it right now in this time. Like it's not the right time for me right now.
Yeah, exactly. Like right now, I'm on the same type of time. I just need to work right now. That's all I need to do. I need to solidify what I'm doing, I need to establish it, and I need to grow it. And then once I get these things to where I want it to be, then I can just sit back and let it work for it. Once I can get everything that I want to do to the point where it's working for itself, like for example, the podcast, once I get it to the point where all I have to do is show up, talk, and then leave,
You're
and I
enjoying it.
I got a team to take care of everything else, the setup, the breakdown, the editing, the posting, the social media team that puts the clips up. I don't got to worry about none of that. Boom, that's one.
And you're enjoying it.
Exactly. Exactly. And now I can really enjoy the fruits of my labor. Instead of doing all of this, I could be at home with my family. We can go on vacations. We can, do a lot of different things. But the sacrifice has to be done now.
And I feel like, we are humans, right? So we're made to reproduce. So when you have kids, it's like, one common story I've heard from a lot of successful people that are, let's just say, about to die, or they're dying and they know it. They always, some of them will say like they didn't get fulfilled in life. They didn't. And it could have been for a lot of reasons. But I feel like if you have kids, you should do it at least for them. And not for them to where like they're taken care of for life. It's more so like you should be able to be in their lives.
Oh yeah.
You know, you should want to. It might not be their entire life, but like they're not gonna live with you forever. They're not gonna be a baby forever. They're not gonna be a teenager forever. Like you only got a short period of time for you to be in their life, and if you can be in their life at least for a solid amount of time, well, they're gonna remember that more than they will anything. And even if it's for a solid year to 5 years, well, and all the other years of their life, you working, you're grinding, whatever. Well, they know that 5 years is like, you know. And I say, let's just say, like, kid turns from 16 to 21. You were there from 16 to 21. Now 21, they're not living with you no more. They have their own shit going on. They're not seeing you as much. If you missed their entire time from like born to then, and you weren't there, you're gonna die like with regrets.
Yeah.
And especially if they don't have the time, I don't wanna say like for you, but kind of like they're busy now and they have a family.
Yeah.
It's
so
like,
now
damn,
they have
like,
a schedule.
and you're old and you have a lot of money, whatever, you got the social media, whatever you want in life. But that's not enough because you weren't there for somebody that you know, created life, like a kid, you know?
And that's where I feel like you have to understand how to work sacrifices.
Exactly.
Because sacrifice don't just mean I'm gonna sacrifice my time with my family and all that. It's more like, okay, my family is important.
It's more like pleasure.
Yeah, exactly. But it's like my family is important to me, but I know I gotta work. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna work, then I'm gonna go home. I'll spend time with my kids and all that. Mm-hmm. Once the kids are down and I already spent my time with them, now I have to sacrifice sleep a little bit. Mm-hmm. At least in my scenario.
For sure. Yeah.
I gotta sacrifice sleep because I chose to spend some time with my kids because I haven't been with them all day. Mm-hmm.
And there's a season for that.
Exactly.
You might not be like that forever.
Exactly. You know? Right, because when I get to the point where I have a production team, I don't have to stay up to 2 a.m. editing and shit. Mm-hmm. I'll just show up, record, go home, spend time with my kids and go to sleep at a normal time while my team does their job.
And see, they're gonna grow up seeing you like that, and they're not gonna think nothing of it. Yeah. But they're gonna think like, "Oh yeah, my daddy be doing this." And
my kids are gonna grow up and wonder how the fuck you do this shit because they don't, they don't see what I do.
Yeah.
They don't see me staying up till 2 a.m, 3 a.m. after they go to bed. Mm-hmm. All they know is daddy put me down to sleep.
Yeah.
And he woke up the next day like that's it. They don't see that I stay up and I do this. They're gonna wake up one day and gonna be like, how the fuck? When does he do this?
Yeah, and it's gonna be great because like you're also instilling like, you know, as a role model too. So like when they maybe get an opportunity to do whatever it is they're gonna do in life, it's like they already know. Oh, okay, like I gotta do this. I gotta do this. Put in the work, whatever it is. I feel like when you don't have that, bro, it gets hard. Like you're an adult or a person that doesn't know what that looks like, so you can't expect yourself to understand it unless you've gone through so many things for you to finally understand it. But most of the time, like it starts with a role model in your life. Yeah. And as you grow up to be a kid, you know. I will say like I learned a lot from my mom as like a very dedicated and passionate person. But then I learned a lot of work ethic and like discipline with my dad. And how to take care of like money, and it's not like to the full extent of like a business. It's just more like
personally, like
personally, I have a good foundation on how to handle money. The business stuff is a little different, but it's not the point. I took 2 things from 2 great individuals in my life, and I molded them into me, and so now I have a great understanding of it. So that when my son is older, or you know, let's just say a father and a kid, right? When the kid is older, they're gonna see that that their father figure is, or their person, right, that they look up to is doing those things, and they're more likely gonna be like that. Yeah. They're gonna have they're not gonna. If I feel like you know, if you're a parent, you know, you do crack, well, your son's most likely gonna be doing the same thing, and you're gonna wonder why that shit sucks. And it's like you ain't even stopped that. You ain't showing them no different. Yeah. That's all they know and all they
showed them that's what they should be doing. That's what you showed them. But it's crazy, bro. It's a lot, but it's like what I said earlier. Anything worth having is not gonna be easy. You know what I'm saying?
Don't last forever either.
It don't. You know what I'm saying? Making sure your kids have a great life, making sure they have a great relationship with you, and at the same time, taking care of your business, making sure that you become successful in whatever it is that you're doing in life. Bro, none of this shit is easy.
It isn't, and I noticed too. A lot of people that don't have kids, they don't understand that. It's not just about the kids. It's just find a purpose, or at least something that brings you peace and fulfillment. And most of the time, when you find that for yourself, then you can damn near do anything. You know, because that's what it is for me. I mean, like I feel like I can do quite a bit of things all because I have that now. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Like I got multiple purposes. Like my kids is just one of my multiple purposes.
Because you're an individual, just like them.
Even if
you have to have that.
Exactly. Even if I didn't have kids, like I would say, like my purpose is like, okay, I don't have kids, but my purpose would be like the day that I die, did I do something in this world?
Yeah, you have to leave an impact.
Did I just take up space, or did I actually like contribute it to this world? You get what I'm saying?
And I love that because most people, bro, they don't do that. They don't think like that, and most of the time they do what they feel more than what most of the time people do more of what they feel, and what they feel isn't always the right thing to do sometimes. Meaning, like, you might feel like you should be comfortable all the time, but if you really want to make an impact in whether your life or yourself, you got to be uncomfortable sometimes. That's just what it is.
Yeah, growth isn't the absence of uncomfortable. Growth isn't the absence, what do I say? Growth isn't the absence of fear. Growth is the presence of fear and still continuing to move forward.
Oh yeah, I like that. Yeah.
So it's bro, you're 100% right. And it's like me, like sometimes I feel like I could be an overly gracious person, but like I'm the type of person that is like, yes, I want to make a shit ton of money. Yes, I want the cars. Yes, I want the house. Yes, I want to take my kids wherever they want and get them whatever they want, and this and the third. But at the same time, I want to do so much more with that money. I don't want to just like, not that long ago, bro, I swear to God, I don't know like how, like what your relationship with God looks like or anything like that. But when I tell you I developed like a really strong relationship with God, like there's moments where I feel like he's talking to me. And the other day I was driving, bro, I don't know what, I'm on my way to work. It's early as hell in the morning. Like I haven't even got coffee. I'm tired. And I'm driving, and out of nowhere, you know, like when you feel like you've been given a task and you have to complete it.
That's how I feel right now.
Exactly, bro. I felt like I was given a task while I was driving. Not to complete at that moment, but it was more like when this certain event happens in your life, you need to complete this task. And I swear to God, it wasn't an idea, because I know what an idea is. I know how an idea feels like, ooh. But this was more like it was told to me. I remember driving, bro, and I swear to God, I even, you know when you're about to cry and you get emotional, you feel that shit right here?
Yeah.
I felt that while I was, and I was confused because I was like, how am I getting emotional?
Yeah.
But I was driving, and I swear to God, I was like, something told me, the day that I see $2 million in my bank account, not $2 million in asset, it's just liquid cash in my bank account. The day I see $2 million in my bank account, I'm gonna give away $500,000. Just to who? I don't know yet, but I'm giving it away. It'll be it'll be multiple people, but it's like
you'll make that back real quick, depending on how you disperse of it. You know?
Yeah, exactly. And I told some people this, and some people were like, "Yo, you can use it as a tax write-off. You could do it." And I told them, I'm like, okay, look, business-wise, yes, there's ways to make it back. There's ways to write it off, or this and the third. But if I'm being completely honest, I don't care even if I don't make it back. Like, because at the end of the day, because I had a client that was like, "Yeah, but that's not financially smart." I'm like, "Oh, fuck! I'm not doing this for financial reasons. I'm doing this because I feel like it's a task that's been given to me." It's like, because also, if I'm following, like Jay-Z said it, right? He was like, if you can't buy it twice, or was it 3 times? I think it was twice. Like, if you can't buy it twice, you can't afford it. So I'm like, okay, if I got $2 million sitting in my bank account, and I give away $500,000, that's a quarter of it. I still got 1.5 million in the bank account. Trust me, I'm not going broke. I'm still very well off.
Yeah.
So I'm like, it's because the way that I view it is like, if I die, my kids got everything they want. My wife got everything they want. My mom, my house, my whole family is set up. But I still got all this extra cash.
Yeah.
The fuck am I doing with it? Like, I'm just gonna die. It's just gonna be there. Like, yeah, it's gonna be handed down to my kids, but my kids, if I properly set myself up, my kids are already gonna have money set to the side.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
My kids are gonna have, money set to the side for when it's, they get to that age, they're gonna have that money. They're gonna get handed down my businesses, my assets and all that. They're gonna be set. They're gonna be fine. There's still this extra money. What the fuck am I doing with it? I'm like, let me change somebody else's life.
Exactly, yeah.
I remember when I was a kid growing up, there was always, and I'm pretty sure I'm not the only person that has thought about this. There was moments where, like, we were going through some like really bad struggles, and I was like, man, I wish we could just find a big ass bag of money, or I wish somebody would just walk up to us and give us a big ass wad of cash.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where it's like, it's not gonna happen, but you still like wish it. You still like, I'm saying. So in my head, I'm like, if I can make that non-realistic wish real to somebody, and I end up, God forbid, I end up dying, I'm like, bro, I took my family out of poverty. My kids are living a great life. They're set. Their kids are going to be set. My wife is set. And I truly impacted somebody's life in a way that probably will never get impacted again. Because let's be real, not everybody has the mentality to do what we do.
Yeah, it's true.
Not everybody has the mentality to go above and beyond.
No.
That's not nothing on their intelligence. They're just not wired that way. That doesn't mean they don't deserve certain things. They're just not wired that way. Some people need an extra push.
Yeah.
So why not do that for them, right? Now, I remember somebody told me, they was like, yeah, but what if they don't use it for the right reason? At that point, that's between them and God. Like, I did my job.
Yeah, and also too, I mean, you provided an opportunity.
Exactly.
You take it or leave it, whatever you want to do. You can go buy a boat, or you can invest.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
You never know. What if that person has a dream to open up a successful business? They just never had the means to, because they've been working a factory job their whole life, but they got a family, so they don't have all the extra money to save, or this and the third,
or debt,
they don't have the credit to get a business loan. They don't have people to co-sign with them. They don't have the connections to have business investors. They don't have none of that, but they have a great idea.
Yeah.
And they genuinely want to do it. This is the extra push. Imagine I just walk up to somebody, here's 50 grand.
Yeah, and also too, I mean, the money ain't everything.
It's not. And but it's
when you have an abundance, you could do those types of things.
What the key symbolizes? The key is like you're lost in the woods. You don't know how the fuck to get home. The money symbolizes somebody walking up to you and being like, here's a GPS to get you out the woods.
Yeah.
It's like, you're not home. You're still not, safe. But now you have the tool to get there.
Exactly. Money's a tool.
Exactly. Now you have the tool to get there. If you decide to be a dumbass and not take it,
people are.
Then that's on you.
Yeah.
But I did my job, and I feel like that's one of my ultimate goals. One of my ultimate goals is to just really get to a point in life where I can actually make an impact, and that's just one of the many things that I've thought about doing.
And that's good though.
I wanted to ask you, like, you got 2 shops, right? You've become a pretty successful man at the age of 24, you said, right? But there's so much more time and room for more growth. And I'm pretty sure from everything you told me, like, I know for 100% that you got more stuff in your mind that you want to do and all that. So if you don't mind sharing, like, what is your ultimate goal? Like, what is your, I don't like to say end goal, because end goal means that there's a point where you want to just stop. And a lot of times that's not how things work. Or you might not want it to stop, but what is your end goal of like, if I did have to stop here, like, there is no regret. There is no, damn, but I wish I did this. Like, if you were to stop, what does that look like for you? What is your end goal?
Like, what do you mean? Like with just a business or life or?
You can give both. You can give with your career, and then in life in general.
I don't know. That's a good question. I feel like once again, like I just take one thing at a time. So I feel like my end goal would just be to be like, if I could, like what I've been able to do for myself, if I can like bring out the best of somebody else within themselves as an individual, like that's what I want to be able to achieve. Like, you know, it's not easy, but I feel like I thrive when people get a little like vulnerable and personable when it when it comes to like their life and what they aren't doing so that they can be better at it.
Yeah.
Similar to what I've always had to go through, right? But it's like if I see something in somebody and I know that it takes a little bit to kind of like click in their brain, but I already see that they're wired that way.
Right.
Like I want to be able to help those types of people with their money because it can change their life, with their mentality, change their life, with how they view the world, whatever. I feel like that's my end goal, is just to be able to be like, all right, like look, if let's just say Profile Hair Studios ended one day, everybody that's been here knows that like we at least had a great culture, we impacted their lives in a way that this is a part of their life in a chapter, and that this isn't maybe like forever, but they at least walked away with great connections. They had, you know, great opportunities with money or exposure, or maybe they changed their life here. They came up here, whatever it is, like they changed here. And that's really like what I want, is like people to feel like they've changed, being a part of Profile and just being in connection with me, just because like that's something that I thrive to see. If I see it in myself and I thrive enough to see it within me, I think it would bring me more joy knowing that I can help that person see it in themselves. Not to say that I did it for them. They did it. I just guided them.
You guided them, yeah.
And that's it. And I would say that, and however that is, it could be through coaching, it could be through one-on-ones with barbers, it could be through clients, for sure, clients. They already are like that already. It could be with young barbers or people that are, let's just say kids right now that want to be barbers. Like, even if I can hold a conversation with them and they're a barber in 10 years, cool. Like, they remembered the conversation they had with me. Because I have one that I remembered too with the first barber like I really went to. So it's like those things is what I like. And I think that brings me more fulfillment in life when it's like not, let's just say like my son, for example.
Yeah.
When it comes to business and stuff like that, it's that. I would say with life though, I just want to be able to like, I just don't want to work my ass off to pay bills. Like, I don't want to pay, I want to have, you're always going to have bills.
Yeah.
I just don't want to work my ass off behind a chair, sacrificing my health. I want to enjoy the fuck out of life. You know, everything that like my family, I feel like my family tree, most of them did not get to be able to do what they want in their life, whether it's because they chose to have kids, whether it was money, whether it was like their job, maybe it was like their mentality. I'm just trying to like make sure I take care of all those things for me, so that when the time is right, my shit's aligned in life to where I can enjoy life how I want to. I have no regrets. Like, I can walk away from cutting hair knowing that like I made the most I can. I made not money, just with it. I took advantage of the opportunity. I took advantage of the opportunity. And if that means with the shop, cool. I would want to eventually just be an owner, like not just own the place. Like, yeah, you know I own the place, but like I'm helping you here. Like, I don't have to help you here. I can't just walk away and just be the name on this shit and that's it. But like in reality, like nah, like I'm here to help you. And I feel like when you do that, everything around you just naturally comes automatically. It's just how it works. It's just through intention. It's through like purpose. It's with just like not focusing on the materialistic things or things that, like I said, don't really matter. Like you said, you only sometimes you have to take care of yourself, and if that means it's not going to make other people happy, that's out of your control. So you can only focus on what you can control, and it's not. When I say control, it doesn't mean a bad thing. It just means like, choose a life that you want to live. If you're unhappy, let's just say that you're fat, then go to the gym. like straight up, just that's a choice that you're not making.
Yeah.
And the other one that you are making is like not going. You're not making a choice to go, but you're also making a choice to stay. That's your fault, nobody else's fault.
Yeah, that's 100% true.
And we live in a world of social media. There's crazy propaganda everywhere. Distractions are the most easiest form that it's ever been. It's only going to get worse.
Oh yeah, it's only going to get worse.
So I feel like as time goes on, there's going to be way less people that are going to be able to learn things like this. Which is going to stand out.
Which is crazy because of where we are in society and technology and all that. Information has never been more accessible than it is now.
It's too much information.
But at the same time, nobody's taking the information in. Maybe it's because of what you just said, because it's too much information.
Well, it's too much, and then it's too much of good and bad. But more people, and I don't want to say like bad, like bad information, more like just not the right things to focus on. I feel like if you have a problem in your life and you're trying, you stress about that problem, it bleeds into like how you treat people, how you view yourself, whatever that is, right? You have a problem. If you're not like working on that, you know the answer already. You're gonna stay exactly where you are. Nothing's gonna change, and only thing that's gonna change is time. And with the amount of time, sometimes it can last years, and you look back and you regret it. So I don't want to look back at my life and regret that shit.
Yeah.
So that's kind of why I keep doing things, because it's like if profile fails, if I fail as barber for somehow, if things I don't want don't happen, that's fine. All I know is that like, well, I have a mentality I can still do anything I would need to do. I just have to do it. It might mean I have to start over at 40 for whatever reason. It might mean I have to do things differently. All I know is that I did it once, or I know how to do this thing. I can apply that and do it to this thing instead.
Yeah, you can do it again, yeah.
All through mentality though. I feel like if you don't have a healthy mentality, you can't do whatever it is.
Right.
Some people want to cut hair, do it for 10 years, stop. And then let's just say they use the money to go to school. Yeah. They go to school. And it's like,
they use it as a stepping stone.
And they go to school. And let's just say they're in school, they got money, bills are paid, whatever. Well, now they're doing what they love to do, because they didn't go in debt right away. They had money, they spent 10 years to grind it out. Now they can pay their school in cash, and whenever they're done with school, they can jump into the field that they've always wanted to be in, and now they're happy. Yeah, they make money, yeah, it's a job, right? But in reality, like, hair was just stepping stone, opportunity. What's the difference between that and like maybe becoming an owner or becoming an educator and not taking in clients? What's the difference to that and doing podcasts and being that? So that's kind of what I want from this, is to step into something else that actually fulfills me, not just autopilot all the fucking time.
Right.
You know? And that's what I feel like barbers get stuck in, the autopilot.
Yeah, just the cutting hair. Yeah, exactly. I 100% agree, bro. But still, on I just want to say, congratulations on the success that you do have.
For sure, appreciate that a lot.
I pray that there's just so much more success coming your way for you, your family, your team, everything, bro. For the people that we watching out there, going through everything that you've been through, what's the one advice that you would give them?
Make choices that make you happy. If you're not happy, you're not gonna have a great life. That's just what it is. I was unhappy for a while, and like, to be honest with you, like, I'm the happiest I've ever been.
My bad, bro. The conversation was so dope. We didn't even realize how long we've been talking for. My damn camera run out of space. So right now we're on recording off my phone. I just wanted to say, man, again, thank you for having me here.
For sure.
Thank you for allowing everybody to hear your story. and just get, you know, a lot of the gems that you just put out. You know, for anybody that's in the Austin area, go come check out his barbershops.
Yes, sir.
Profile Hair Studios. You can also find him on social media at FadeLikeMike.
Yes, sir.
Right? And the barbershop.
Profile Hair Studios.
Just Profile Hair Studios.
That's it. Yes, sir.
Instagram, you go on there, Profile Hair Studio, check out their stuff. Any questions that you guys might have for him, make sure you leave it in the comments and we can have a part 2 where he can answer anything that you guys want to be answered. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and man, we're gonna keep putting hair on the ground and keep making things shape.
No, for sure. I
All
appreciate
right?
you for having me, brother.
I appreciate you, my brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
That was fire, bro. Good one.
Hell yeah.